Uh, my eye just changed. It just buzzed the front gate. I say how you came. How many more days could I wait? I made plans for you, and I won't let them fall through. I think I wonder where I was, your boy Big Low Country. For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just old country boy, former football coach. Love to sit around and talk about sports. Y'all might be saying, "Hey, coach, why were you singing that?" That's in honor of our boy Drake, who just got paid. Boom, boom, just got paid. He won in the world, bro. Shouts out to Drake, man. Congratulations on a great contract. We got a chance to have a good player here for the next 4 or 5 years, and I'm definitely excited about it. For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just old country boy, former football coach. I love to sit around and talk about sports. You, yes, you yourself could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us. We definitely and greatly appreciate it. Definitely and greatly appreciate it. First of all, you watching the show after we go live already, y'all make sure that y'all hit that like button. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. Y'all already know what we do, Bo. And you can't just and go tell I'm sorry. It don't work like that when you love somebody. My old flex is my new flex now when we're working on it. That is how's my Canadian accent sound? Does it sound good? Sound good? That's why you gotta love it, man. Shouts out to Drake, Bo. So look at here. We got a few things that we need to talk about tonight. There's a few things that we need to kick around. First of all, did Drake deserve $141 million? Apparently it's been a hot button topic. You know, these last few days, ever since Drake got his contract, when was that, on Thursday or Wednesday? I can't remember. But ever since Drake got his contract, and we're going to talk about what we got going on at training camp. But first of all, y'all know we got to start this thing off. We got to show love to everybody that's showing love to us, right? That's the only way you do it. Silk Legacy's in here. He says, "What in the world, Bo? Yeet, get some. Hey, Silk, can you hear me?" Shouts out to Silk. He's on the roof right now. He said he had to wait until the rain got finished because he didn't want to slip off. Silk, can you hear me? Okay, if you can hear me, just knock on the roof. Shouts out to Silk, man. John Brooks is in here. Says, "What in the world, Big Low? What's going on, man? What's going on, bro? Hope you're doing good." Miss Mia is in here. Says, "It's a hard not life to be a Falcons fan." It definitely is. In the words of Jay in his infamous freestyle and Afro blowout that everybody's talking about, it's a hard not life. Yes. King Atlanta Sports. He says, King Atlanta supporter says, "What's up? Falcons fans will be champions." Look, he's been saying it for months now. Said Falcons fans will be champions. D. Sloan here says, "What in the world, Bo?" He says Drake London is about to go off this season. 1,250 yards and 12 touchdowns. Let's go, man! I love it. I love it. Sterling Woods in here says, "Drake getting paid. Do you think Robinson will get done this year?" What in the world, Bo? That's all those are good questions. And the crazy thing is that the whole Kyle Pitts, Drake, Bajan situation, they're all kind of commingled. It's all a big thing or a big to do. So it's one of them situations where we gotta sit down and talk about it. Hold on one second here. Let me message Coach Ronnie. All right. Okay. My bad, y'all. Got Big John Higgins in here. Big John says, "Big Low, Coach Ronnie says, what's happening with y'all?" He says, I'm not ever mad for those guys getting their money. Go Falcons, Hawks, Brave, Dream, Rise Up, and two will be the start in 2026. Dang, come on, Bo. Good grief, man. You just come out just throwing them. Just throwing the daggers, man. Danny Johnson's in here. What's going on, Danny? Hope you're doing good, man. Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights is in here. Justin Swisher's in here. Definitely, man. Diamond's in here. What's going on, Diamond? What in the world, Bo? What it do? Justin, what in the world, Bo? Deshaun's in here. What's going? My dog's in here. Twisted Torch is in. Boy, I was thinking about you the other day, Bo. I need to call my dog Twisted Torch, man. Look. for the most energetic Atlanta Falcons fan that's out there, you need to check some content out. Check out my boy Twisted Torch. Once again, congratulations on everything that y'all got going on there, my brother. I know you don't want everybody up in your business, but Twisted Torch he's been doing some big things, Bo. I hope you're doing good, family, and I'm going to hit you up, Twisted. Much love to my homeboy Twisted Torch TV. Richard Nelson's in here. What in the world, Bo? Jermaine's in here. Shouts out to everybody chilling out with us, man. Pat Celtics is in here. Says he's worth it. Says he's a heck of a receiver. Wish the Patriots had him. Okay. Well, look, I'll take it. I'll take it. Eric Allen says, what in the world, Bo? Twisted says, Tua in the dome might be something. Twisted is spoken. Twisted is spoken. With a dot, it says, happy Sunday, Big Low. Playoffs incoming. Da da da. That's a Superman chant. Okay. That's what I'm talking about, Bo. You already know it. Man, shouts out to everybody that's in here chilling out with us, man. Twitter said he got to give me this new number. Yeah, definitely, man. He just hit me up. You know where you can catch me at everywhere else, man. Lexi says, below, I took my shift. I'm at Jack's on the roof. Daggone, Silk. Come on, Bo. You ain't doing it like that, is you? Good grief. So, I mean, with all the intros and the pleasantries and everything else out the way, shouts out to everybody that's coming in and chilling out with us today. Y'all know we got to, okay, it's the pleasantries and the singing of the Drake. So you know what, I might still sing a little bit of Drake as we go on. If y'all let me know if you see fit, we might have to throw a few Drake tracks in there. Everybody get your ever loving roll on. I know Shorty, she doesn't want no slow songs. Had a man last year, life goes on. But fact of the matter is that this is a celebration for Drake. But let's go ahead and jump in the coach's meeting. And let's just go ahead and take the top off of the peanut butter. Did Drake London deserve $141 million? If you think he did, put a 1 in the chat. If you disagree, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know how everybody's thinking. No, Daddy Country always told me to make sure you fill the room out before you walk in there. You can't just go in there blind. You can't just go in there acting like you don't know what's going on. So if you feel like Drake deserved it, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of them situations where you're talking about, hey, this is Drake London, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all thinking. If you feel like he deserved it, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like he didn't, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know how everybody's thinking. So while y'all are putting in your answers, it's one of them situations. I know people said Drake London is not fast. They said the man's not fast enough to be a number 1 wide receiver. And, it's like whenever I think back on it, I say, well, I mean, there were guys that weren't necessarily burners who established careers in the NFL and played for more than a decade. I mean, think about the Larry Fitzgeralds, and you think about the. I mean, you could go even farther back, the Herman Moores of the world, and the there were a few guys out there that legit weren't necessarily burners, but had long-term deals. So, I mean, we kind of got to kick it around. We got Atlanta Birdcage in here. Birdcage LLC says, what up, Big Low? The Falcons got Drake rights, so they won't let them. He said, so they won't get left. Smart move. There you go. So he says, they got Drake right, so they won't get left. Because that's the saying, get right, you don't get left. Atlanta Falcon Fandemic in here. Shouts out to my homeboy Cowboy. Says the offseason about to be crazy. Fire. You know that man from the South. That man says fire, F-Y-E-E. That's one of them Florida / Atlanta boys, Miami / Atlanta boys. You gotta watch them boys. Ain't no telling what they're gonna do. They'll tell you don't stop, get it while they get you. So you gotta be careful about old Cowboy. Winston in here. Winston says, what in the world, Bo? And chat, smash that like button. Okay, what's going on, Winston? One part of the eye test. We got a whole bunch of content creators in here. We got a Atlanta Falcons Pandemic, Birdcage, Twisted Torch in here. Much love to everybody that's coming in and chopping it up with us. So I ask if you feel like the Atlanta Falcons made the right choice by extending Drake London, and he deserved $141 million, $100 million guaranteed. Put a 1 in the chat. I said if you disagree with it, pineapples, you don't like it, put a 2 in the chat. Let's see how everybody's thinking. Let's see. Like I said, I'm just filling the room out before I tell y'all what I'm thinking. The Birdcage LLC, they say 1. They say they like it. They love it. They want some more of it. Shine Boy Mike. Shine. Now wait a minute. Now Shine. What kind of shine we talking about, Mike? Well, you talking about shine bright like a diamond, or you talking about if you talk about the hit me up. I'm just playing. He says 2. He says he don't like it. He said he's sipping that shine. Dravis in here. Dravis says 1. Lock and load Drake London all day. Wentz is in here, says 1. Okay. Cowboy said 1 multiple times. Cowboy ain't Cowboy, he be drinking that liquor you can't pronounce. That French stuff. Cowboy, he Cowboy bougie now. Melvin Emery, he says 1. He says he says signing Drake London, that was the right decision. Brandon Sean says 1. Signing Drake London to that deal was the right decision. Diamond says 1. Cowboy, he's still in here sipping. He got another 1 in here. Eric Allen says 1. He says signing Drake to that deal was the right decision. King of Letter supporter says Kyle Pitts up next to get his long-term deal with the Falcons. Just watch. Okay. Okay, look, we gonna kick that one around a little bit too there now. Willie Doc says 1, especially since it won't start until 2027. Yes, that's see, look at here, everybody coming in here informed. Everybody's coming in here informed. Birdcage says Jerry Rice ran a 4.7. I mean, he look, by NFL standards that was slow. Most of us, we ain't gonna be able to touch him in a foot race, but yes, that's true. Brandon Shine says Roddy White wasn't a burner. There were a lot of people who weren't burners. You're completely right. You're completely right. Tony Hall's in here. He says, wouldn't it be something if Drake London and company could lead the Falcons to play in his hometown area in the final game next season in the Superman? That would be great. That would be great, Tony Hall. That would be great. So everybody kind of gave us their vote. Only one person. Man, getting all clumsy over here. Only one person. One person said they felt like we shouldn't have gave Drake that kind of deal. That was Shine Boy Mike. And if you anyone else out there that feels like we shouldn't have gave Drake that kind of deal, make sure that you let us know in the chat. Me myself personally, I think it was the right decision to give Drake that deal. I mean, whenever you look at contracts in the NFL, the contracts are offered based off of what you have potential to do. Seldomly, you'll see situations where people give contracts based off of what they previously done, right? I mean, you have to be a player at the top of the top 100 players to be a guy that gets a contract based off of what you've already done in the NFL. If you don't believe me, just look at whenever we signed Ty Gurley. Whenever we signed Ty Gurley, he got cut by the Rams. Well, we bring him in for $4 million a year. And you will sit here and think, man, look, this is Ty freaking Gurley, Georgia legend, offensive player of the year. Should have won MVPs and all kinds of other stuff. But they pay you based off of the potential of what you can do, not off of what you've done. Drake London is 24 years old. Just like Willie Doc said, you got a guy that you're getting the chance to the deal isn't going into effect until 2027. Think about that, guys. By the time 2027 comes, based off of what the economy has looked like these past 2 years, do you really think Drake London is still going to be the third highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. Let's let's seriously think about this one, right? I remember whenever who was that? We gave like a big contract to. If I can't remember who it was, not too long ago, but we gave them a big contract and it was like the highest paid in the league. And I think somebody was talking about it the other day. They said he's not even in the top 10 anymore. If we really look at the circumstances, and everybody's saying, man, 37, $35 million a year, that's a lot to pay Drake London. If you really look at the circumstances, is it really going to be too much? Because by the time 2027 comes along and you have guys like the George Pickens who need to get their big contract and all these other guys. I mean, we seen Brandon Ayuk, he got his money, he just went crazy. Once 2027 comes along, is 35 million going to be too much for a Drake London? I don't think it will be, in all honesty. Now, if you don't believe me, go to the grocery store and buy 3 bags of groceries. If you don't believe me, go to the gas station and fill your car up. Bro, everything's getting more expensive. And I know that sounds crazy to say if you're comparing a wide receiver to today or a wide receiver from when was Julio Jones here? 6 years ago to a wide receiver in 2026, whenever it was a big deal if you got over $20 million. That's just how bad inflation has gotten, Bo. Unfortunately, based off the way everything is going, you got these blockades and these straits all over the place, and people can't get ships going from this place to that place. Everything getting more expensive. They introducing artificial intelligence and everything like that. Everything's rising. So that contract that Julio Jones may have gotten 6-7 years ago, that was for $25 million. It's looking like child's play compared to what Drake London is getting. Drake London hadn't done half of what Julio Jones has done in his career. Not even half of it. But at the end of the day, NFL contracts, free agents, extensions is all based off of what you have potential to do. Drake London has done all of this with a, a legitimate quarterback carousel. Drake London's had Marcus Mariota, he's had Desmond Ritter, Taylor Heineke, Logan Woodside for a game, Michael Penix, Kirk Cousins. He's had all of these different people. Now, somebody mentioned a little bit earlier that Kyle Pitts is going to be getting his contract soon. What's going on, Brian's underdog? What in the world, Bo? Hope you're doing good. Somebody mentioned a little bit earlier that Kyle Pitts is going to be getting his contract soon. But one thing that you got to consider, a lot of people say, well, Kyle Pitts hadn't had a chance to do what he's had a chance to do because he hadn't had a quarterback. That's a bit counterintuitive. You might say, well, what you mean by that, Lo? How are you saying that that's counterintuitive? Well, think about it like this right here. If it's one of those cases where Kyle Pitts and Drake London, they both had the same quarterbacks over the years. Kyle Pitts has been in the league longer. He was drafted before Drake London. And what do we always say are a quarterback's best friend? Running backs and tight ends are quarterback's best friends. So if we were in a situation where the quarterback has struggled over the last few years, it seems like Kyle Pitts would benefit from the lack of aptitude that a quarterback has more than a Drake London would. And I apologize. Am I wrong? Am I wrong for saying this? Savannah, see, look, you hit the nail on the head. And Eric, everything is high now. Like I said, you go to the grocery store and get 3 bags of groceries, and tell me it don't run you $50. The only time it'll run less than $50 if you getting 3 bags of peas, peas in a bag. That's the only way it's not going to run you $50. But you go in a grocery store and get 3 bags of groceries. Tell me don't run you $50. And you let me know how much it was before the pandemic. I'm just saying. And I very well could be wrong. But even if you're comparing the cost that it takes to get a pack of pork steaks from 7 years ago, or the cost that it takes to have a legitimate wide receiver, a wide receiver one. Some people might not say he is a wide receiver one, but based off of PFF, he was a top 5 wide receiver this past season. A wide receiver one. Unfortunately, the consumers have to suffer from the negative externalities. I mean, and I could be wrong. Uh, Bronze Underdog says he's good, but he's not Jerry Rice caliber. And look, I completely agree with that. Bronze. Drake is not touching Jerry Rice. He's not. How much is Jackson Smith and Jig was getting? If somebody could in the comments could y'all let me know, if somebody, one of the coaches in the comments, if y'all could take a look, let me know how much is Jackson Smith and Jigba getting on his contract per year, and let's compare it to how much Drake is getting. Because if I'm not mistaken, I'm thinking he's getting close to $10 million more than Drake London. If Jerry Rice was in his prime in 2026, I could almost guarantee you he would be getting $10 million more than Drake London. And look, if I'm lying, I'm flying, Bo. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Winston says, man, he says, where y'all getting 3 bags of groceries for $50? He says, I'll hop on the interstate right now. And that's what I said. I said at least $50, Winston. Now look, I ain't saying that it's definitely gonna be $50, because most of the time it's a whole lot more expensive than that. But the fact of the matter is that it's at least $50 for 3 bags of groceries. And that's just where we are now. Things are just more expensive. What's going on, Savannah Swag? Hope you're doing good tonight, family. I don't know if it's still a rainy night in Georgia where y'all at. It's been raining here all day long. Me and Coach Ronnie, we hit the gym up a little bit. And moving forward, we just kind of been chilling out around the house. Okay, Winston says that Jackson Smith and Jig was getting 42.15 mil. And that's what I'm saying. It's one of them situations where 42-35, that's a $7 million difference. And I'm pretty sure if Jerry Rice played today, we would consider Jerry Rice a better receiver. If Jerry Rice played today in the same situation that he was in San Francisco with the same coaches and the same quarterback, Jerry Rice would be considered a better wide receiver than Jackson Smith and Jig. And he would be getting at least $10 million more than Drake London. At least. It was Jerry freaking Rice. So we just got to acknowledge the fact that it's one of them situations where things are just more expensive than they used to be. Does it sound like it's a extreme number for Drake London to get $37 million? Yes, it does. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of the beast when it comes to salaries in football, baseball, and basketball in the United States right now. Should teachers be getting paid more money? Yes. Yes. But look, at the end of the day, for a number 1 wide receiver in 2026, you're gonna have to pay Drake that type of money, especially a 24-year-old Drake London. Think about that. The man's been playing with the Atlanta Falcons for 4 years. He's 24 years old. He turns 25, I believe, next month. That's a lot of good experience for a young player. NFL contracts are based off of the potential of what you can do, not what you've done. And if there's anybody out there who wants to, who disagrees with it, please let me know. Atlanta Falcons Fandemic. Cowboy says, we're paying for Drake's impact for our offense. Says he's been the only consistent player since 2016, regardless of who the quarterback or head coach was. I can't agree with you more, my friend. Stay up, Doug says, we getting up on that stage tonight, Lo, or not? Or not tonight, fam. I don't know. I don't know. Look, it's depending on how I'm feeling, Bo. It's depending. I don't know, Doug. I don't know. I'll let you know, man. We got Miss Pam in here. What's going on, Miss IT Pam? IT Pam says, hello, everyone, in the chat. What's going on? All right, Pam. All right, Pam be tripping me out, boy. I know she, you know, I Pam, that's Kate Nella's girlfriend right there now. She loves some Kate Nella's. Ghost Pepper says, what in the world, Bo? Considering the exploding receiver market and Drake's proven ability to produce wide receiver one numbers is wildly inconsistent quarterback play. Says locking him up long term was smart and a necessary move. Yes. Now, there's a few things that we also got to remember, fam. Something else that you got to consider is we're looking at everything that Drake London's done on the field. But I'm going to tell y'all, when Drake London became my guy, Drake London became my dog. He became my guy in the last game of the season last year. Whenever Drake London came and cussed out Zach Robinson, he had everybody's back in the stadium, in Mercedes-Benz Stadium that day. He had everybody's support because that's what everybody been wanting to do all season. He low-key mushed Raheem Morris. Said, hey, I don't even want to hear it. Why you talking to me? You ain't gonna talk your way out of this situation. And he gave Zach Robinson the business for what he needed. Now, what he said, or what he was communicating to him to this day, I still don't know what it was. But I know that it has something to do with the frustration of the offense. And the fact of the matter is that that's what they needed. To this day, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I feel like that was part of the reason why they let that whole coaching regime go. I feel like that all of the turmoil and this organization, the disrespect of the coaches and everything that Drake London showed in that situation kind of submitted Arthur Blank probably looked at, because look, let's be honest, Rich McKay still in the corner. He probably looked over at Rich McKay like, yeah, this ain't gonna work, is it, Rich? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Cowboy says, Coach Ronald let Coach Lowe know if he can stay up. Look, that about the size of it. IT Pam said, you got that right, Low. Look at here. You ain't up lying. But IT Pam love us some Kato Nellis now. Will the Thrill Waddell is in here. He says, Big Low says, ladies and gents of the chat, what's going on? Will the Thrill, much love to you, Bo. Man, shouts out to everybody coming in and chopping it up with us, man. Shouts out to all the content creators in here, associating with each other. We got old Chris Tipmore in here, boy. Look at, we done made it now. Old Tips in the building. Tips in the building. You know it's a good time now, Bo. But yeah, so that's whenever I knew. That's when Drake London was my guy. That's when Drake London was my guy. Whenever Drake London came over to the sideline and he told that man everything that he needed to know, and I feel like he got 55,000 people support whenever he sit there and told that man off. Because it was obvious that man had no idea what he was doing. It was obvious. Drake London has been a consistent piece on this Atlanta Falcons team for the last 4 years. And I want to be completely honest with you. I know a lot of people that are watching the channel or watching this show right now. As a matter of fact, since you are watching the show while you're here, make sure that you hit that like button. We would definitely and greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're not subscribed, make sure that you hit that subscribe button so you can chill out with us in the future. Because if you think the show is fun now, just wait till the season. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. But the thing is that over the years, well, whenever we first took Drake London, I don't know I don't know who all is here who was subscribed or was watching us whenever we drafted Drake London. If you were watching the channel back then, 4 years ago when we drafted Drake London, put a one in the chat just so I could kind of get an idea of what's going on. But if you were watching the channel back then, you knew I wasn't the biggest fan. I was not the biggest fan of drafting Drake London. I thought Arthur Smith was. I was like, what is Arthur Smith Terrifino doing? Like you got all these other guys out here. You got all the Garrett Wilsons and the Chris Olaves and you got these guys out here from Ohio State who's become the new wide receiver now. You got guys out here from Alabama. Like you got all of these guys. Why do we draft Drake London? And I'm sitting here like, man, I mean, it must be something too. I don't understand it, but what does Kerry say all the time? That's my man. I'm sticking with him. That's me. That's my look. I'm sticking with him. Yeah, Melvin, he was here. Grand shouts out to Grandizer. He was here. Coach Willie Dot, Savannah Swag, they were here then. They remember. I was like, I don't know about the whole Drake London situation, Bo. I mean, yeah, we need a wide receiver, but do we need that one? One of the worst mistakes I've ever made as a content creator. I'm I'm gonna be completely honest with you. A lot of content creators, they're not going to acknowledge when they're wrong. They're not. They're not. Look, you'll see a lot of content creators come on here and they'll be the first one. See, I told y'all. I said that was going to happen. I told you. I called it. I said that was going to happen. But whenever they're wrong, a lot of people just kind of move on. They just oh, okay, dang, he didn't get traded. Dang, I thought he was gonna get traded. They ain't gonna say that on the camera. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm fully acknowledging I was wrong about Drake London. Drake London is what this Atlanta Falcons team needed. You got a gritty wide receiver. Whenever the ball comes to him, you know he has a good chance to catch that pass. What's going on? Real heavy. They've been rocking with us. They've been rocking with us. Definitely, man. Definitely. And you're right, Savannah Swag. Terry, he did his thing with that Drake pick. Like, I know that we give Terry a whole bunch of grief, especially with the quarterback situation, but Terry made a lot of good picks for this Atlanta Falcons team. I mean, whether you consider the Drake Londons, the Bijan Robinsons, um I mean, even down to the undrafted free agents, the Kobe Bryants. We took Tyler Algier in the 5th round. Like we made some. Terry made some pretty good picks. Now, James Robinson and Jalen. I mean, you know what? I ain't even gonna say James Robinson and Jalen Walker. The whole 2025 draft. The whole 2025 draft was filthy. I mean, Terry. Look, Terry was drafting like a man that was trying to keep his job. He was drafted like a man that was trying to keep his job. And whenever he took Drake, Will Dot says, Arthur Smith on drafted Drake. Look what I could do. That's what it was. That's what it was. The man said, look what I could do. Man, boy, I miss the Arthur Smith. Boy, we used to have fun, boy. Coach Rody, we used to go crazy on the Arthur Smith shows. Auntie Pam says, I was at the Benz at the draft party when some people booed at the pick. It turned out to be the right pick. Yes, I was there too, Auntie Pam. There was a lot of people that were booing whenever we took Drake. I ain't gonna lie to you, it got kind of quiet whenever we took Drake London. There's the video still on my channel. You know, me and my homeboy Derek, we were sitting there. We were like, wait, what? Like, who was this guy? Who? Drake London? Like, what? He projected to be like a late 20s pick. Oh, okay, he's big, but I was wrong. I'll go ahead and say it myself. Big Low Country was wrong. 4 years later, after we give this man the highest wide receiver contract in Atlanta Falcons history. I was wrong. I'll go ahead and say it. You got a guy who competes. He tries to get on the field. He tries to deal with injuries and everything as much as he can. Blocks. I think he's the best blocking wide receiver in the league. I'm just going to say that. And for the simple fact that you also got a guy in Zachariah Branch who's gonna, we know he's gonna be getting a lot of screens. You're gonna have Drake London blocking up the field for him. This is looking like a great combination. This is feeling like a Julio Jones and a better Taylor Gabriel situation. Because I feel like Drake is, I feel like he's the best blocking wide receiver in the league. Let's get it, GA. What in the world, Bo? What's going on with your fam? Hope you're doing good tonight, man. Upstate Josh is in here. He says, what in the world, Bo? He says, that Branch kid equals problems. I got a feeling tonight is going to be a good night. Tonight's going to be a good. Now look here, we're going to see. Excuse me. Hopefully, it's going to be a lot of good nights. 3 good nights in a row for the Falcons whenever we go on that little prime time stint. Winston says, it takes a grown man to admit they're wrong. Salute to that. But look here, I'm telling you, Bo, I'll be the first to tell you I was wrong. I was looking at them boys crazy. I said, hey, man, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. Now we're going to have Chris Olave burning us up for the next 10 years. He ain't really done nothing. He ain't really. Look, Marquez Valdez-Scantling has done more to the Falcons than Chris Olave has done to the Falcons. If we legit keep it a buck. But as what Drake has done to the Saints, look, if we would have had a better quarterback situation, Drake could. We possibly would have been undefeated against the Saints with Drake London. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Will the Thrill says, the beauty of it, though, every day is a school day. You already know it. You already know. Auntie Pam says, they wasn't happy with the Bijan pick. I was the only one to say they're picking them at number 8. Bijan. Look here. When we took Bijan Robinson, I already knew. I said, man, the NFC South in trouble. The NFC South is, man, he been haunting them boys ever since. Ever since he been haunting them boys. See, Alexis said, Big Low. Jack said he needs a towel. He said the rain and sweat is blinding him on the roof. Dad, go, Jack. Man, I'm gonna have to tell somebody to take old Jack Spade the towel up there, man. Shouts out to old Jack Spade, man. I was playing golf with my brother yesterday, man. Old Jack's getting good. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all don't know this. Jack, he plays golf like 4 times a week. Jack's getting pretty good on that golf course now, Bo. He done left me in the dust. I'm still hacking. Jack is hitting some good shots. Shouts out Jack Spade. Zay in the bags in here. What in the world, Bo? What's going on, Zay? Hope you're doing good tonight, fam. A1 Forever Sports says, yeah, folks did boo Bijan. People wanted Jalen Carter. Look, we see how that's working out. I was all down for Bijan, Bo. I just remember your boy being a running back years ago. Yeah, I know who I'm talking about. Dang, what's that kid's name? Man, the kid that played for Carolina. He ate us up the year before. Then we signed him. He was from here. Y'all know who I'm talking about. What's the kid's name? Oh, man, somebody put it in chat. What's the kid's name that we signed from Carolina that ended up being our running back for, was it 1 year or 2 years? Man. Mike Davis. Yes, thank you so much, Georgia Texas. Well, y'all remember Mike Davis. That's how he used to run all the time. They give Mike Davis the ball. Stomping roaches, 2 yards. Like, he did all of that just for 2 yards? Yeah, Mike Davis. Go, boy. What's going on with my memory, boy? That CTN, no joke, boy. Little man's in here says facts. Nobody else said they was wrong. I seen people say Drake getting traded. That's true. That's true. A lot of people said that. That's true. And Savannah Swag says Branch is low key Antonio Brown. Before his boy, they messed up with that one. Shattered Dream says, how do you feel about that wide receiver we picked up in Jahan Dotson? A legit number 2 wide receiver. A whole lot better than David Seals. the wide receiver room is day and night completely better, bro. I'm feeling good about it. Feeling good about it. Savannah Swag says, Bo, I appreciate that. You keep it 100. That's why I rock. Well, you already know it, Bo. You know, look, 912 boys. You know how we do it. Rest in peace to Camouflage. Y'all know how we rock. C Pope. I wasn't into C Pope, but I claim it since I'm 912. But C Pope, shouts out to my Atlanta Bird game, boy. I need to hit Tidy up, man. I ain't talked to Tidy in a minute, bro. Tidy says, what's popping, Big Low? Unpopular perspective. A whole lot of chicken for a wide receiver with only 1,000 receiving yards in the season, no double-digit touchdowns, no Pro Bowls, all pro or all rookie team on his resume. Look, I completely understand where you coming from, Tidy. I completely do. And we were talking about this earlier. And as a matter of fact, since we got a few more people in here, in the words of Jay Uso, let's run it back. If you feel like giving Drake London $141 million contract was a good idea, put a 1 in the chat. If you disagree with it, put a 2 in the chat. Since we got a few more people in here, I just want to know. I just want to know how everybody feeling. If you feel like it was the right choice, put a 1 in the chat. If you disagree with it, put a 2 in the chat. Now look here, I'm also going to tell y'all, there's this content creator named Big Swill ATL. He one of them ones. Y'all need to make sure y'all check my brother out now. Check him out, Big Swill ATL. This is his comment right here. He said, what's good, OG? Every time you do it, make me feel old. But he said, what's good, OG? Says, I was just debating with his homie the other day. He says, if Drake had consistent quarterback play in his career, he'd easily be a top 10 wide receiver, 15th in receiving yards since 2022. And that's what I'm saying. We got to you got to look at the market for the future instead of looking at the market for the day. You're getting ahead of the curve, right? If anybody ever took economics or took any analyst job, you have the supply curve and you have the demand curve, and you have to find the correct variable cost. Look at me. I sound like I'm smart, right? I sound like college educated. Yeah, you got to come up with the correct variable cost. And you got to realize whether or not the opportunity cost is worth it. Man, look at boy, that's how the smart is all over, bro. That's all the terms I know. But at the end of the day, you got to get ahead of the curve. And what I'm saying is, by the time 2027 comes, I can almost guarantee you he's going to be 8th, 9th on that list. By the time that 2027 season is over, he's going to be 8th, 9th on that list. And there's going to be wide receivers that you're going to look at that are get paid higher than he does, and you're going to be like, I don't know. You think Malik Neighbor? You think that guy should be getting paid more than Drake London? Like, what has he really done? I'm telling you. I'm telling you. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Y'all let me know if y'all hear my dog barking in the background. She's trying to get to somebody, trying to bite somebody. Will the Thrill says, for me, there's no way it's an overpay. Look at what Green Bay are paying Christian Watson on his new deal. How much are they paying Christian Watson? Will, let me know. George Ted boy said, "Yo, Quadzilla talk about Mike Davis." Will the Dot says for the Mike Davis run memories. Hilarious. Yeah, man. Look, we used to give old Mike the business, man. Met Mike in person. I like, hey Mike, I be picking on your runs, man. It's all love. It's all love. Oh man, West Side Air Mo in here says, yo, what up, Bo? From the West Side. Sunday menu. Wait, hold on now. Wait. Oh, wait. Y'all see how he got me stuttering now. This look at this. These Fat Boy members. He says, yo, from the West Side, Sunday, man, you talking about some fried steak, little garlic mash, collard greens, uh, better lots of mac and cheese. Oh, wait a minute, boy, you ain't playing no games over there. Hold on now. Little lots of mac and cheese. He says got some candy yams. I don't do the candy yams now. You know, you keep that. He says great meal after preaching. Hold on now. You got a restaurant or you know, that's just at the crib. Cause look, I'm pretty close to the west side now. I just slide on through. Like I won't drive in the thunder and rain. Like I won't drive in it. All right, so let's see here. Let's see what everybody's votes are now. So Atlanta Falcons fan Demi, he says one made the right pick, giving Drake the contract. Marcus Worrell says one. Okay. Ghost Pepper says Coach Lowe, this fan base thought Mike Davis was going to be dominant running back for us because he had them thick thighs. And that's it, man. You remember I was saying thick thighs save lives. You remember I was saying that? Coach Roddy kept side-eyeing me. You remember that? I was just going off the game that he had against us. I was like, shoot, if he runs like he did against us, we good to go. Bo Chrisley, Auntie Pam, Georgia, Texas boy, Mike Smith, Melvin Emery, Dan, Big Swift, they all say that they feel like we made the right decision giving Drake London this contract. Doug says, why we acting like Drake ain't that? Look, I mean, I'm trying to figure out for myself now. Josh Gillum, what's that? Is that Chandon Bruton's in here? What's going on, Chandon? He says, I feel like it was the right choice. A pretty classy lady said no. Says, I ain't rocking with it. Y'all ain't finna get me on board with y'all group thinking. See, and that's why I love y'all. Y'all keep it book. That's what it's all about. Just tell the truth. You know, you got all these folks that don't get together because somebody don't tell the truth. Just tell the truth. That's what I'm talking about, pretty classy lady. Shouts out to you. That's how you feeling, and you didn't come to the peer pressure. I love it. Jay Breezy says, one says Drake is a dog. Look, that's the lead. Y'all remember before last year, I was saying that everybody was like, well, who's the leader on offense? I was like, Drake London. I don't know if y'all remember me saying that. I said, Drake London's the leader on offense. It's Drake. Who's the most vocal? Who be the one acting like they want to fight, defend their guys? It's Drake London. That's the one. B says, two, but I'm not mad. That's the price now, and that's what I'm saying. Like you just have to make in today's economy, you just have to come to the grips of how much stuff is going to cost, right? And I said this a little bit earlier. Like, did we think we'll be paying $35 million for a wide receiver? No, but we also didn't think we were going to be paying $4 and $5 for gas. We didn't think that we were going to be paying $50 for 3 bags of groceries, but that's where we are, unfortunately. Will says one. He says he's rocking with it. Savannah Swag says now start working on the Kyle Pitts start working on the Kyle Pitts contract. Okay, all right. So somebody remind me in a few minutes after I get through these comments to get back on the Kyle Pitts situation. Ghost Peppers says one. Okay. Tony Hall says one. He says that last game versus the Saints and that passion after that I'm telling you, that's when he became my guy. Tidy says 1.75. He says, I love Drake as a player, but that's not a conducive way to build a team from scratch from the salary cap, especially with the quarterback position being a question mark. And look, I completely understand where you're coming from, Tidy. Now, the thing that I want to go over is, okay, so the first thing that you said was that's not how you build a team from scratch. I don't feel like we're in the situation where we're like legit rebuilding, right? I feel like it's one of them situations where we're kind of retooling. We almost won the division the last 3 years. So if we sit here and say, hey, you know, we building the team from scratch, I don't know if it's one of them situations where we can say that. Now, as far as the quarterback situation, you're really kind of in that. You're kind of really in that scenario where you could pay you could pay for all of your guys except for your quarterback. Because all right, so think about this. What you got? 2 more years of Michael Penix, 1 more year with Tua. Let's say you get through this year and you got a new quarterback. I'm sorry, you got a new head coach, new offensive coordinator, and they go through the year and they look around and they say, huh, you know what? I don't think these are the guys. And you turn around and you draft your quarterback next year. I mean, look, uh, Ian Cunningham already said this is going to be the last year where we have this many picks. We're going to be having a whole lot more picks. We know we're going to have a few comp picks next year for all the people that we let go. I would very serious. I wouldn't see it being a situation where we don't trade down next year and look for making our big move the year after next. Fact of the matter is, you could seriously go out and draft a quarterback next year or the year after next. And that's going to put you in a perfect situation to build around that quarterback. So whenever you bring that new guy in, he has everything that he needs. He has his offensive line. He has his wide receivers. He has Bijan Robinson behind him. He has a pass rush on the other side. He has one of the best secondaries based off of what we've seen so far this last year with the Xavier Watts and the Billy Bowmans and the Terrell brothers. We don't know where Jesse Bates is going to be next year or the year after next. But at the end of the day, you're kind of in a perfect situation. Nando's in here says, hey, ho ho, Drake London got the bag, Bo. Says, what in the world? What's going on, Nando? Hope you're doing good tonight, Bo. And also, let's see, there was a comment. Okay, shouts out to my homeboy Josh Gillum. He says, Alec Pierce got 4 years for 131. We got a bargain. And that's what I'm saying. Who do y'all think is better, Alec Pierce or Drake London? I think it's Drake London. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, everybody was saying that Alec Pierce was the number one wide receiver target this year. I think it's Drake London. I could be wrong. Alec Pierce could be a better wide receiver overall. The thing is that we're going to get a chance to find out. Both of these guys are young, and both of these guys have their whole career ahead of them. So we're going to get a chance to find out. Will the Thrill says, shouts out to the chat, legends in here. Shouts out to all the everybody that's in here chopping and chilling out with us tonight on this Sunday night, man. Definitely, man. That's right. Well, man, I need a plate, bro. I need a plate. Talk about fried steak and everything. Man, you must be over there at Cowboy. You know what? I figured it out. That's Cowboy's personal chef. I should have known because they were watching the show at the same time. He came here to talk about lobster mac and cheese. The rest of us just eat macaroni and cheese. Cowboy, he eats the lobster mac and cheese. He has to he won't eat it. He won't eat it if it don't have some type of expensive seafood in it. So let's see. That's what it is. Cowboy says revote 1.5. If he stays healthy, the NFC South can't. Well, I'm sorry, the NFC can't touch him. Okay, and I ain't mad. And look, I'm glad Cowboy mentioned that. Staying healthy. That's been the main question mark that I've had when it comes to Drake London. You got to stay healthy, Bo. You got to stay healthy. But see, Drake London's his style of play is so physical, because we were all talking about his separation. And when you talk about his separation, what's his 40? If anybody can put it in the chat, what's Drake London's 40? Because we sit over here complaining about this man's separation. It wasn't like a 4.5, if I'm not like 4.55, if I'm not mistaken, or 4. Bo, that's not nothing to sniff at. That is not nothing to sniff at all. I mean, what did Tyree say? What more do you want from me? The man's 6'5". Like, come on, Bo. Like, Come on now. Somebody put in there, if somebody could put in there, what's Drake London's 40? Molly Miles in here. Molly Miles says, Drake London, is it better than Ola? Oh, okay, Molly Miles. Man, you know what? That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Georgia Texas boy said Christian Watson got and see, and this is the point that I was making a little bit earlier. Georgia Texas boy, they pay these NFL contracts are paid based off of what your potential to do is, opposed to what you've already done. Like the last 3 or 4 years, everybody's been hoping that Christian Watson could come in and be that all world wide receiver because he has the physical capabilities to do it. But his whole issue was staying healthy and his drops. But guess what? If he could catch the ball more consistently and if he could stay healthy, that's a number one wide receiver. And he got broke off. Christian Watson ain't done nothing these last 3 years. He ain't done nothing. Not for getting paid what he got paid, but it's all about what's your potential. Like what is your potential to do? Frankie says only 100 million is guaranteed, so that leaves a lot of wiggle room. Yeah, and that's true. That's true. Okay, so Chris 81 forever. He says Drake's 40 is 4.8, and Josh Gillum says it's 4.5. Okay, so I guess we'll split in the middle. We'll say 4.65. Let's go with that. We'll split in the middle. Oh my goodness, I'm getting kind of parched. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I get Coach Ron to bring me something here. Hold on. I apologize, y'all. Gotta take a maintenance break. Hey, babe. Hello. Hey, could you bring me an apple juice? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm kind of parched right here doing the show. Thank you. All right, bye bye. All right, okay. All right, we good. I don't know if y'all heard me here coughing. I don't want to be coughing in your ear if you in the gym, get your steps in, or if you on, you watching this on the TV, you hear, we, we don't want that. Oh man. Atlanta Falcon fan David says Ian Cunningham did his due diligence and he got ahead of the game. He foreseen what the market was about to be. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and thankfully for Drake is a guy who's benefited from being ahead of the game. Like the Falcons, they were ahead of the game whenever they took them. They knew that there was going to be a run on wide receivers, so they went ahead and got their wide receiver then. Thank you so much, baby. So they went ahead and they got their wide receiver then, and then moving forward, they're getting ahead of the game now by giving them his contract before that final year is over with. Now, why hasn't Kyle Pitts gotten his contract extension yet? That's the question. That's the question. Why hasn't Kyle Pitts gotten his contract extension? So, we got to ask, we got to ask the coaching staff. We got to ask everybody that's watching. Do y'all think Kyle Pitts is going to get extended by the Falcons? Or do you think he's going to be with the Falcons long term? If you feel like he is, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like that's not the case, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all are thinking because I'm legit wondering about this here. I'm starting to hear trade rumors again, and they said that the deadline to they said the deadline to do the long-term deal is July the 15th. Well, daggone, Bo, we at June the 7th. We got to figure something out. Mr. Big Management here. He says, what's up, Lo? He says, what about our defense this season? And when does Bijan get paid? And we're gonna see, man. I think the defense is gonna be pretty much the same, like what it has been here recently. Especially with Jeff Ulbrich. But that's kind of what we were talking about last week. Whenever we were talking about, hey, what's the biggest concerns? my biggest concern is this defense going to stay consistent and do what they did last year? Because I don't want it to be a situation where we're all coming into the season thinking, hey, yeah, this defense is gonna rock like it did last year. And then we all sit here looking like boo boo the fool. Like that's something that I'm legitimately worried about. You want to know another thing I'm legitimately worried about? Have y'all hit that like button? Make sure that you hit that like button for me. If you haven't hit it yet, I would definitely and greatly appreciate it. If you hit that like button for me, I promise you, I'll dance at your wedding one day. Now, Nikki L. Brown says, look at here. Do you trust Kyle Pitts? And that's a good question. Because it's the same question that I was asking earlier. Drake London, Drake London's, we could say he's performed with the uncertainty at quarterback and with the uncertainty with the offensive coordinator and everything else. But has Kyle Pitts really performed with the uncertainty at quarterback? Since that Matt Ryan year, he had his best year last year. 88 catches, 800 yards. But I think the issue that a lot of people have with Kyle Pitts is they're expecting more from him. He's a tight end, but he was also the highest tight end drafted in NFL history. So it's one of them situations where they want more. Molly Mall, see Molly Mall, he just don't follow direction. Molly Mall, see, look, this is why. See, next time I come to New Orleans, no, we gonna have to find a corner, man. You gonna have to talk Molly Mall. Shouts out to my brother Molly Mall, man. I hope everything going well with y'all, bro. Angel, I'm sorry, is it Angel or Angel Estrada? I apologize, but Angel Estrada says 1. Feels like Kyle Pitts is gonna be back. Savannah Swag says 1. Ike Solid says 1. What's going on, Ike? Hope you're doing good tonight, brother. Dan says 1. Okay. Okay. Rick Smith in here said, what's up, everybody? Hope you're doing good, Ricky. Danny Johnson says, I love Kyle, but 2, sadly. Hey, and that's the thing, man. Shoot, I love Kyle too. It's one of them situations where, we it's kind of like what we had to say with Grady Jarrett. Players come and go. We said the same thing with Matt Ryan. Say the same thing with Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Roddy White. Players come and go. Atlanta Falcons stay forever now. At the end of the day, we want Bijan Robinson to be here throughout his whole career and win Super Bowls with us. But I mean, if Bijan does leave, and that's my favorite player. But if he does leave, it's like, hey, I still got to ride with my Falcons. I see Bijan's family and everybody in a different stadium. It's nothing but love. Like, man, you remember them good times that we had in Atlanta? They'll be like, no, that's why we here. Okay. You know what? I can't say that to that. My homeboy Chris says 2. He feels like Kyle Pitts won't be back. Dex Dick says, what in the world, Bo? Says Drake absolutely deserves it, and I hope Kyle gets extended. I don't really know though, Bo. Just God bless. What's going on, Dex, man? Bless you too, fam. Hope you're doing good. But it's one of them situations where that's look that's what we got to consider. Is it gonna be? Do we really feel like Kyle Pitts is gonna come back? Letter Bird Game says they gotta do the wait and see with Kyle Pitts. If he starts off really good in 2026 and shows some consistency, they'll extend him before the season's over. Okay. Okay. I mean, I can see that. At this point, you got a new coach who loves tight ends, and you're saying, hey, we could really do something special with Kyle Pitts. But we've been hearing multiple years that we could really do something special with Kyle Pitts. And besides that rookie season, last year is when we got kind of the production that we wanted, right? But once again, you're talking about a fourth overall pick. Excuse me. You want fourth overall pick production. We see how talented the young man is, especially whenever we see him get the ball and run with the yards after catch. After he breaks that first tackle, but Kyle Pitts, whenever he's catching the ball while he's going upfield and he breaks that tackle, you could just add 20 yards. You can add 20 yards to that catch automatically because he's so fast and so explosive. But the thing is that he just hasn't been in that situation. Either it's the offensive coordinator, or the quarterback. He just haven't been in that situation. Savannah Swag said Pitts did play hurt too. I mean, and you're right. 88 catches, 800 yards. Like that's not those aren't bad numbers at all. So I mean, look, I think everybody's just expecting a little bit more from him, and sometimes we just have to realize that people sometimes it's like you're just gonna have to be happy with what you get, right? My daddy say all the time, get what you can what you get, sit on your can and growl. And then maybe that's the situation with Kyle Pitts. Like, hey, he's gonna be a 900 receiver. I mean, a 900-yard pass catching tight end, and I mean that's what it is. You're gonna be happy with it, and we're gonna sign him for a contract for the next 3 years. I mean, that's you never know. Eric Allen says 1.5 is according to how he do this year, and I completely agree with you. Razor Boy says, "What's going on?" He says, "I believe it's the inconsistency from Pitts. He plays good when the money is on the line, but mediocre when it's not. Let's see after this year, but I give him a team-friendly deal." Okay. Okay, I mean, but you got to think about it. Kyle Pitts is at the same point in his career that Drake London is in. And just imagine how Kyle Pitts is feeling. Think about this. Kyle Pitts got drafted before Drake London. The year before Drake London at a higher pick. He plays a completely different position, but could you say that Kyle Pitts is one of the top 10 tight ends in the league? I think it's safe to say that, right? I I could be wrong. I think it's safe to say that. So imagine how Kyle Pitts is feeling. Kyle Pitts is like, okay, if Drake London is a top 10 wide receiver in the league, he got drafted a year after I did. I got a franchise tag. If I was Kyle Pitts, I mean, Kyle Pitts might be a little salty after that. And I could very well be wrong. Tight end also goes on to say Pitts is a really good tight end. Not great, just like Drake London. Daggone, I felt like kind of shady. He says the Falcons fans hold a grudge against him based on where he was drafted. That's not Kyle Pitts' issue. That's on the Falcons. I completely agree with that. So at the end of the day, somebody got to make it right, Tiny. Somebody got to make it right. At the end of the day, I know that it was Mr. Look What I Can Do, and this is where we at. Chris Tip A1 Forever says, it's just tough. We talk about our primetime players as we should, but what about the defensive pieces, the line, and other possible free agents? And look, I completely understand where you're coming from. But I know on this show, we're talking about Drake London, and we're talking about the next question comes up, Kyle Pitts, because whether we want to admit it or not, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and Bijan Robinson will forever be connected because that was the core nucleus that we brought together with those first three picks in the Terry Fontenot era. And everybody was saying, look, with that, we should be good to go offensively for the next 10 years. Now, the biggest piece in that whole scenario is missing with the quarterback, but it's kind of like what Tidy said earlier. It's the Atlanta Falcons problem. Right? That's an Atlanta Falcons problem. Like, you can't put that on Kyle Pitts because the quarterback and the offense or the offense coordinator hasn't been consistent. You can't put that on Kyle Pitts. That's an Atlanta Falcons problem. Yeah, I agree, Tip. I believe he's definitely top 10. Razzle Boy says, okay, good point, too. It says, well, to that, then we should see the emotions on the sideline, just like we saw from Drake. Passionate, of course, but still, I guess he's putting the rest of it in. Shouts out to my homeboy Yuri in here. Yuri says good contract for Drake. Look. When Yuri speaks, you gotta listen now. So Yuri said good contract. You gotta listen to it. I completely agree with you, Yuri. I feel like it was a good contract for Drake. I know some people, like some fans, don't necessarily agree, and that's definitely okay because I mean that's one thing that makes sports talk fun and makes sports talk good. Is one of them situations where you know you gotta you kind of gotta look and sometimes I might not agree with you and you might not agree with me, but at the end of the day, the beautiful thing is that we're gonna find out who's right. We're gonna find out who's right one day. Tyler Russell's in here. What in the world, Bo? What's going on, Tyler? Man, we can't wait to see you and Coach Christine in a few days now. What, like on Thursday? Definitely. Shout out to Coach Tyler and Coach Christine. Thank y'all again for considering us. We definitely appreciate it. ATLGA Faithful's in here. We got some more Falcons content creators in here. ATLGA Faithful, y'all make sure y'all check my boy out, man. Great content. My boy DC. This Big Low, my dog. He says, what's up, coach and staff? Back from vacay. What I missed, man? You missed $141 million. We talked about the Drake London contract, and we were talking about whether or not you feel like Drake deserved that contract. So feel free to let us know how you feeling, DC. Got another content creator here, 330. 330 said, what in the world, Bo? Says, is it okay to say that I would have not paid that month? It is definitely okay to say, Bo. It is definitely okay to say. Feel free to let us know why you wouldn't pay it, though. I would definitely like to know why you feel like that's the case where you wouldn't pay it, because I definitely want to hear other perspectives and how everybody else feels about it. Razzle Boy says he's a mismatch, and he's been and will continue to be. Drake should be the second option passing wise and let Pitts cook. Hopefully, he realizes it this year. And I completely agree, Bo. Multiple times it's one of them situations where, you know, I feel like in the red zone, he should at least get a target. If you're at the 19-yard line, and let's say you end up getting another first down, you get down to the 7-yard line, and you still end up punching the ball in, and not Drake, but Kyle Pitts didn't get a target, that's an issue. That's an issue. That man needs the ball. You can't be sitting here playing games and saying, hey, man, we'll just get him into the flow of the offense. No, Bo, I need him to get the ball. I'm not trying to sit here and play no games and just get him into the flow of the offense. No, he's a mismatch nightmare. Throw him the ball. He's faster than linebackers. I'm sorry. He's faster than linebackers, and he's bigger than defensive backs. Throw him the ball. Throw him the ball. That's why we took him 4th overall. Throw him the ball. Yuri said Falcons still haven't announced a meet and greet event like the one in Birmingham last June. I noticed that. They normally would have announced it by now, Yuri. I wonder if they plan on doing one this year. I know they went to Birmingham last year, and the year before that, they went to Savannah. And year before that, wait a minute, did they go to Macon? I can't remember, but normally they do some sort of event to kind of, the surrounding areas, the surrounding metropolises, to kind of build that, to try to help build that fan base. So, yeah, man, I hope they let us know, because you know how we do your, you know how we do, man. Shouts out to everybody here showing love to each other, man. Much love to everybody. But yeah, DC, we want to know how's the vacation. you sit here talking about everything else. How that vacation, DC? It's exactly Savannah Swag. Ain't nobody worried about the flow of the offense. I do not care. I ain't talking about no progressions or nothing like that. This both 6'4". No, he's 6'6", 240. Throw him the ball. Throw him the ball. Throw him the ball. If you're in the red zone, he needs the ball at least one time. He needs a target or something. Just throw the boy the ball. I don't know why y'all playing games. Auntie Pam says, no worries. That's why we hired a cap space specialist from Fit. There you go. There you go. Look, my brother told me this a long time ago, and I don't know if I ever said this on the show. And I don't necessarily follow it, but my brother is basically my dad, and he told me, Halo, ain't much no need in worrying about all them bills and everything. Whoever dies and owes the most wins. There you go. There you go, Auntie Pam. Whoever dies and owes the most wins. We'll figure everything else out later. Right now, we're trying to get to these playoffs. Let's stack this team as much as we can. My big brother says, whoever dies and owes the most wins. Exactly. It's obvious, Savannah Swag. Forget it. Look, forget a doggone flow of the game. Forget a flow of the offense. Just throw him the ball. Throw him the ball. Just throw the man the ball. I don't know why we playing games. Just throw the man the ball. Like, well, wait. He's third in the progression. No, I don't care about that. Just throw the man the ball. All right. So I tell you what, I'm still feeling a little froggy tonight. We're an hour and 16 in. We'll go ahead and open the chat up just in case anybody want to come in. Tell us what they're thinking about the Drake London contract. Whenever you come in, I want to remind you, children watch this show. Don't be coming here talking crazy. Don't be coming in here talking crazy now. Children watch the show. Oh man, look, I'm telling you, Bo, whoever dies and owes the most wins, Tip. That's how you got to do it. You got to risk it to get the biscuit, Bo. Oh man, Grave Dickinson here says somebody gonna be open. Drake, Pitts, Branch. I think Dotson could surprise some folks, and Zacchaeus underrated. And Bijan is and that's exactly what you're shooting for. You know, somebody asked me a little bit earlier in the show, how do I feel about Jahan Dotson? I feel like he's a legit number 2 wide receiver. And he didn't get the opportunity that he wanted in Philadelphia. I mean, think about it. A.J. Brown just forced himself out via trade, right? So, I mean, in Washington, he was balling out. He was looking like a legit rookie wide receiver. So, I mean, moving forward, look, it's one of them. It's one of them cases where I could legit see him being a legit number 2 wide receiver for these Atlanta Falcons. Now, it could be one of those cases where moving forward, hopefully he doesn't go through the same thing that he went in Philadelphia, because whenever he went to Philadelphia and they just ran the ball most of the time, and Coach Roney's, I guess, favorite or second favorite quarterback in Jalen Hurts. Y'all know why that's her favorite quarterback. And Jalen Hurts wasn't throwing them the ball. I don't know if it was because he just wasn't throwing it to him or they were just running the ball way too much. At the end of the day, he just wasn't getting the targets. Hopefully he'll get a few more targets. I think if he gets like 5-6 targets a game here, he'll be good to go. All right, so we got a few people coming in to chop it up with us. I got old Will Amy. What's going on, Will?
What's going on? What's on, man? What in the world, Bo?
What in the world, Will? You doing good, Bo?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Staying out the week working.
Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with that, my brother. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Tell me what you thinking about this Drake London contract. Do you agree with it or disagree with it?
I mean, you had to lock down Drake London, and I know fans probably like why we paid him instead of Bijan Robinson. We wouldn't pay Bijan Robinson next offseason. We just had to pay Drake London because you don't want to lose that type of value for that wide receiver because Drake London been consistent ever since we drafted him. We know we had bad quarterback play with Marcus Mariota, Desmond Ritter, Kirk Cousin. It's just like now we have to find out who's our franchise quarterback is and who's going to get us over the hump and play consistent football and learn how to manage the game. You know, and I feel like Drake London he deserves every penny. So for that being said, is the sky's the limit for him. As long as he stay healthy and he execute, I believe he's gonna eat this year. And we don't have a slot. We have slot receivers, but we just gotta be more balanced this year, man.
Oh yeah, that's it. You just gotta have that balance.
Consistent quarterback play, and hopefully we could be a 10-11 team this year.
Look, I ain't mad at it, Bo. I ain't mad at it, man. We also got old 330 in here. What's going on, 330?
What in the world, Bo?
What in the world, Bo? You doing all right tonight, fam?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. Just a little hot up in the Carolinas, though. A little bit
Man,
hot.
shoot, well, it's muggy down here. We've been had all that rain and everything all day, and you know how that be.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. So tell me, 330, what you thinking about this Drake London pickup? I mean, this Drake London
yeah.
contract extension?
Well, let me give my disclaimer, man. I'm a little old school, so I'm
Oh, should we respect it?
60s baby. So a lot of people, on different areas, they a little bit upset when they think I'm mad at or don't like Drake London, but it's not that part of it. But what? Shout out to Savannah Swag. But anyway,
Shouts out some better swag, man.
he
That's my
been doing, he
boy.
been poking at me here right later, but it's all good, man. But look, here go the deal though. I was educated by a younger content creator, and the negotiations are different now. They even looking at kind of peeping at the ticket sales and the TV deals and all of the monies that um the owners are bringing in. And to me, as an owner, I don't think that's none of your business how much money I'm pulling in with with the investments that I'm making. You know what I'm saying? He paying the money out, so his return got to be big. You
That's
know,
true. That's
so
true.
but with that being said, I understand and respect the payment. But
Okay.
me, I right now I probably be very unpopular. I'd went there. I'd have went where my man, where Matt Hollins at? Where the barefoot
Oh man,
dude there?
Matt
Man, I would
Hollins,
have.
the barefoot bandit,
I
Matt
would. I
Hollins.
probably would have reached out at barefoot bandit and see what he'll come back to Atlanta for.
Oh man, come on, 330.
But everybody's saying it's a business though.
It is. It is.
And what's the number one thing when you're running a business?
Got to make money.
There you go.
You got to make money. You got to make money. But the thing, okay, so all right, so you say that you say that because all right, so you make money. You come out in green one out of two ways, right? So
Right.
you come out in the green by either eliminating your expenses, which is what you mentioned by getting Mac Hollins. You're getting an asset that's cheaper, right?
Right.
Or you get into the green by uh growing your revenue. Now, Cowboy knows all about that because
Yes, he does.
yeah. So, so, but the thing is that so let's say you minimize your expenses and you did get Matt Hollins, and Matt Hollins is your number one wide receiver, and you lose and end up going 2-15. You got a whole lot better of a chance to get positive by expending your expenses, by growing your expenses and gaining your revenue that way. Because if you got a winning team, because just like I know 330, I mean, I don't care what nobody says, ticket sales ticket sales are a huge part of the revenue, right?
It is.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Oh Lord.
yes, it is.
Oh,
Ticket sales are a huge
that's
part of the
another. That's
revenue.
another video for another day. But continue.
but who you think they're gonna want to see? All I know is that Drake London was the second selling highest jersey for the Falcons.
See,
Yeah,
that's what
and
I'm saying.
I
See,
think
I wasn't up on that.
Bijan got a team
Yeah,
selling,
Bijan number one all day. You know that.
and he got
So,
us some primetime games.
so I got a question on that. So, does that change the spectrum of when Bijan come to the table?
Oh, Bijan getting broke
Yeah,
off.
he getting paid. That's his.
I
That's his.
mean,
That's
did
next
did
off
did a,
season.
did a little bit more ching come to across him and his manager's mind after Drake got that payday?
If he worth his weight in salt, he did.
Yeah,
Because if you look at the stats, man, Bijan was what he was number two on the
rushing
team
yards.
in receiving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Hey,
That-
while we
that's
talking about
great.
salary cap, while we
Oh,
talking
I'm
about the
sorry,
salary
Cowboy.
cap and everything, I'm gonna I'm gonna put y'all on some game or something too. It's something that we may or may not know. even with breaking off Drake London, we can afford to re-sign everybody that includes Kyle Pitts, Bijan, Jesse Bates, and still have $100 million for 2027.
Yeah.
So it's not like Ian Cunningham hasn't done his homework. So
Yeah.
And that's not considering how much the salary cap goes up, right?
Exactly. We're still going to have $100 million to spend next season.
Yeah.
Remember, Kirk Cousins' deal is done. I mean, we done
Yeah.
with him. He spoke. Right?
Yeah.
So $100 million is a lot. A lot of teams wish they had that amount. Plus, we're going to have at least 10 picks in the 2027 draft. Man, so Ian Cunningham just be back there like he just got through putting down a phone. I mean, man gonna eat next year. We gonna this people got to realize this is a foundational year. This is a let me see what we got season.
Yeah,
let's put some players in place. Let's see what we got. Now it's all good. Like me, I gotta keep keep myself at bay too, because I'm a little overly optimistic too. So,
yeah, listen to that Signs of Blackness over there, you cowboy.
Exactly. And I understand that. But
hey, my bad, Deshaun. I was finna get to it. What's going on, brother? You doing good, man?
Yeah. Before I get to
now, wait a minute. Are all the singles even? Because I don't want my singles to be popping up and everything. All the singles even, Deshaun.
Okay. Before I get to Drake, I like to say to everybody in the chat and on the panel.
What's that?
I got 2 movies I'm trying to do. I got the Bears movie and I got Atlanta Falcon movie.
Okay.
If you want to invest or add something to my movie, DM me in my Facebook DM, Deshaun Caswell on Facebook, and we could talk about negotiation.
Okay.
Now, Drake, really, the contract, it really didn't hit me no kind of way because the boy been balling since day one. And I love his attitude. He not no softy. He'll hit you in your mouth and score a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, he will now. He will.
Yeah. And the way that the coaches are doing him right now, they like Drake. I mean, the way Stefanski talked about Drake and everything, if they didn't like him, I can tell by how some people like trying to urge off him. But no, they like Drake. They like Cal, and they love Bijan.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not worried about neither one of them getting paid. Yeah. If it's JD, he got to go. But
come on now. How you just gonna throw JD on the bus like that, man?
Talking about Dotson?
You talking about JD Bertrand.
The spaceman.
JD
Bertrand. Okay, Uber is hiring right now.
Wow.
So you need to go and get your application out. And
come on, Deshaun. Come on.
Well, I mean, speaking of people need hiring, Jack's on the roof, and he really left my house doing my gravel. Okay, you talking about his back hurt for doing all the push-ups. But
hey, and speaking of hiring too, JD Bertrand, if you listening, Big Low just finished off his second helo pad.
Oh.
So all that extra wood and shoring that's laying out there, we need that picked up and gotten rid of too. So
man, look at here, man.
Come on through and pick that up.
Look, see what Cowboy doing this deflected. Y'all know good. Cowboy, you know good and well. You let me borrow that helicopter yesterday to go up there. To go up there and see 330. You know good and
well. Cowboy birthday. Yeah, I saw Cowboy in the helicopter.
Yeah, see that Cowboy be fronting, man. See y'all can't fool Cowboy.
You was at the Cowboy. What the hotel you was at? What the hotel you was at?
Yeah,
it was a Marriott. Yeah, it
was that signature Marriott called the Cowboy. That's where he was at.
I was at the top, and I saw the helicopter come on the lamp post, and then when he got out, I was like, Cowboy. And he like, don't tell nobody.
Man, we got old Winston Thornton in here. What's going on, Winston? You
Winston
doing good,
Thornton,
bro?
the eye
Yeah,
test.
good.
What
Yo,
up,
what's going
Winston?
on, fella?
Man, we
Nothing
What's
can't
much.
happening?
complain, fam. Can't
I'm
complain.
better
How you
than
doing?
shit, man. I ain't making too much noise on this good old Sunday night. What's happening with you?
Man,
No
hey,
more.
That's
can't
all we
complain, my
doing.
brother. Can't
Making
complain.
noise.
That's it, man. That's it. Yeah, Winston,
I,
tell us how do you feel about the Drake London move, man? And shouts out to my homeboy Vinny, man. We'll see you at training camp, bro.
What's happening, Vinny?
Falcon, hey,
what
what's
up,
happening?
Been
Winston?
there.
Heard that before. But
Benny, Benny Energy.
but
but
I'm
go ahead, Winston. What you thinking about that Drake London deal?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It was the best move the Falcon could do.
Mm,
And
Break it down.
if you really want to be serious at it, look at it. All right. Yeah. You don't have the quarterback situation figured out yet. All right, cool. No problem. No problem. But go look at what's coming down the turnpike with wide receiver contract. You got
mm,
Olave.
yep.
You got Pickens. Pickens contract. He got a
Funny.
franchise tag. So either he gonna get paid this year or he getting paid next offseason. Next
Mm,
offseason. So if you waited on Drake, then it's gonna go up because Pickens is going to reset the market.
yes, sir.
Right.
If Pickens get paid after Puka, he's gonna reset the market. If Puka
Yeah.
get paid first,
I
he's
forgot
gonna
Puka ain't
reset the
got
market.
paid. I forgot all about
Yeah.
Yeah,
that.
Puka ain't got
Yeah.
paid yet. Olave haven't gotten paid yet.
What about
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Garrett? Garrett got paid.
I think he got extended last
He got sent that
offseason.
last season, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think the kid out of Green Bay got picked Watson.
Yeah,
Who got
he
the
got
torn
paid. He got
ACL.
paid
yeah.
raw.
He started it off.
Watson got paid right after Drake because
Yeah.
Drake
Yeah.
set the standard. But
Mm-hmm.
watch this though. Watch this, because I know a lot of people are on some where why pay this wide receiver all this money and we don't have the quarterback scenario situated yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm reminded of a time back in 2020 when there was a team that had pretty much all the same pieces that we have, and they went got a quarterback situation straight, and they won the Super Bowl.
Talk about the
Mm-hmm.
Rams.
Or maybe 2021. Look, no, hold on.
Close enough.
When Brady went to the Bucks,
Oh, to the Buck. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's
2020,
true.
2020. Yeah.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
It was around
2020.
2020.
the pandemic year.
Now think about it. What did they have? They had a big body wide receiver,
Yep.
Mike
Michael
Evans.
Evans, Chris Godwin.
They had Chris Godwin.
Mm-hmm.
They
They had
had
Ross
what
Gosky.
they had Fournette. They had Fournette then.
Yeah, they had
Yeah, Leonard
Fournette.
Fournette, and they had Rob Gronkowski from who came from New England too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they had Gronk.
and so they had a dynamic tight end like we have. All
Mm-hmm.
right, so then go look on the defense. They had a pass. They had the pass rusher. They had run stuffers. They had dynamic linebackers. They had
Right.
corners.
Mm-hmm.
They had safeties.
Yep.
This Falcon team is pretty much built on a new age blueprint of what they did.
Yeah.
Ty-
Yeah.
hey, Twisted Titus said Tom Brady not walking through that
No,
door.
He done had this run. It's over
no,
with.
no, no, no. It's not about whether Tom Brady walked through the door or not. It's about you have a
Foundation.
roster.
Mm-hmm.
You have to keep it when you build a roster. You need to keep a roster because
Yeah.
otherwise you steady gonna be in flux. If you
Yeah.
sit there and put these people on the team, down, let all these people go, and then I finally figure out the quarterback situation, but now I got to replace these people that I let go. You're in flux.
Yeah.
A team needs stability. The reason why Tampa Bay won because Tampa Bay had stability well before Tom Brady got there.
Mm-hmm.
Their roster was already built. Their roster was built before
Tampa
Brady
Bay
got
brought
there.
in a lot of folks, though, if I remember correctly.
Not too many.
Tampa Bay brought in a whole bunch of folks for
I was gonna
Tom
say
Brady.
Gronk came
They,
with him.
they brought in
Yeah,
Yeah.
They brought in
Fournette
Brady. They
came with
brought in
him.
Gronk. No, I
Yeah.
think Fournette might have already been there.
I think Fournette came in with him.
Fournette came with Tom Brady because Fournette went with them. It was Godbless's dad. It was Doug Martin before. What you call it? Fournette came.
Hold on, I'm sorry, y'all.
Hey, Uncle Steve, crazy.
Uncle Steve said, "Fellas, says I'm officially retiring from streaming to take my new chauffeur job at Drake London Inc. So obviously, I love Mr. London's new contract. Gotta go. Time to go fill the tank. That's a Superman shit. I don't know
And
what to
look,
do.
he already getting paid. He gave you a $9.99.
I'm telling you right here. See,
The money is in the account, big
it's in
dog.
the account. It's normally $4.99, but see, I guess you get paid
Steve,
good.
Uncle Steve, while you at it, Uncle Steve, go ahead and fill up Lowe's helicopter too. I ran it low on gas. Make sure you take that helicopter too. And it's that a high grade premium too. That helicopter.
But I'm at 100.
Man,
But I'm glad y'all gave me that little bit of information. I got one more payment coming out in a couple of days for my season ticket. So next year I'm gonna negotiate too. I'm gonna go up there and say, look, now I know how much money y'all made last year, and you gave London that money, so I need to get that discount.
Well, you look. You know what they're gonna do 3 days? They're gonna be like, yeah, that's why we gotta go up $300. That's what they're gonna say.
So we got to pay Drake. Thanks for reminding us.
You gotta go in there snap your fingers like.
I ain't worried about that much.
Hey.
But Winston, I got a question. How you feel about this quarterback position? I know it's kind of still early, but who you think was gonna be the name starter? Probably like around probably after preseason or around week 1.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I'm impartial. I'm rooting for Penix, but I'm impartial. Whoever becomes the starting quarterback need to get the job done. That's all I care about.
Yeah, me too.
Financially wise, and what would be best for the team is better for Penix to win the starting job than it is for Tua. Because Tua got $54 million from Miami this year. Miami owes him no more money. If Tua wins the job and Tua performs admirably, then 9 times out of 10, let's say we go to the playoff, we win a game, you're paying Tua money next year. You're playing now. You're finally paying actual quarterback money, right? Now, if Penix wins and Penix holds it down or whatever, now you have this season, you have next season, then you have a 5th-year option with Penix. See what I'm saying? So financially wise, it's better for Penix to win out and lock in the job.
Gotcha.
Because let's say Penix went out and then Penix bombs. All right. Now you invest in the 1st round draft pick and other capital to move up to go get a quarterback.
Damn.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I got old Will the Thrill in here. Will, what's going on with you, Bo?
Good to have you. Good to share the floor with you boys. Yeah, nothing too much going on. It's late, but I warned you guys, if it's running late in Atlanta, you may just see a saltire vampire in the house. So how's it going with y'all?
Man,
doing well.
What time is it over there, Will?
It is 12 minutes past 3 in the morning.
Good.
But I think I'm still running on energy because I put a post up on X just saying Bolivia 0, Scotland 4, Dream 111, Mystics 79, Braves 3, Braves 6, Pirates 3. Aye, that'll do. So I'm pretty much still riding that energy at the moment.
There you go, man. Well, look, Will, tell us how you feeling about this Drake London contract.
I think it had to be done. I feel like it's proven recently that there's a premium and it's gone up and up when it comes to receiver. A lot of people are obviously saying by value that it's shocking that he's over and above Justin Jefferson, but I would caveat that by saying there's a good lot of goodwill on that contract. The reason that I say that is because he's been balling out for us, regardless of the fact that he's not really had that QB, as you said earlier, Low. So, yeah, I feel like with the way it's going, a receiver of that caliber is going to cost you $30 million a year. Yeah. So I'm happy with that. I just hope he stays healthy enough to prove worthy of that. That's all.
Okay. So I want to ask everybody that's on the show a question, right? As of today, as of June 7th, 2026, do y'all think Drake is a top 10 receiver? And everybody in the chat, y'all let me know if you feel like Drake is a top 10 receiver, put a 1 in the chat. If you disagree, put a 2 in the chat. But we'll Amy, because I forgot I got 2 wheels on here. Well, Amy,
Yes, sir.
do you feel like Drake is a top 10 wide receiver as of today?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I believe he'll be a top 5 next this year. You know, he get more targets this year. You know, he like I said, he's like that 50-50. He remind me to me. He remind me of Mike Evans, man. I mean, because he's tall like him. He do good in the blocking game. And people don't understand. Drake London is a good blocker, a hell of a
Oh
good
yeah.
blocker.
Yeah. In my
Yeah,
mind, he's the best in the league.
yeah, when it comes to blocking wise, yeah, nobody's not beating him supporting the ring. And like I said, obviously, man, Drake London, he gonna get a lot of double team this year, but I feel like he's still gonna eat.
Okay. Okay. 330. Do you feel like Drake London is a top 10 receiver as of today?
Is that a rhetorical question?
Nah, it ain't no rhetorical question.
Okay, all right, man. Man, Drake just getting in the top 15 in my book, bro. He might be in the top 15, but he
So
getting paid top 3 money. I get it, but the only thing that don't hold him against Drake, man, he's great, but he's a dog. He's a blocker. He's a leader. He leads by example. Um, he's reliable. He's got that grit that I like. He just can't take the top off. And like I said, I'm old school. And
now y'all got to
most of your
remember now, 330 used to play wide receiver back in the day too. So you know he gonna be critical.
flanker,
You be flanker, my bad.
flanker.
Slot for
They
y'all
don't
young
know, yeah, slot for y'all young bucks. Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, Cliff Branch was my hero though. Cliff Branch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but for real, man, I think Drake is a top 15 in that echelon, man, and he's getting paid top 3 though, so we gonna see.
Hey, look, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. Look, and it's kind of like what I was saying earlier, 330. That's the beautiful thing about sports. It's like we could all sit here and say he's this or he's that, but the beautiful thing is that the truth is always gonna reveal itself. You know,
Uh-oh.
True that.
Yeah.
That is true.
the Cowboy. You think Drake is the top 10 wide receiver?
I think he pushing that bubble on
Okay.
top 10, and he's doing that with suspect coaching, play calling, suspect head coach. What else? And impartial quarterback play. So if he's doing that with all those working against him, just imagine what he'll do after he's established his chemistry, especially with the player like who has the accuracy of Tua, who has the quick release of Michael Penix. If Michael Penix is healthy, I think I think Drake is. I think he's probably. I put him at number 8, 7 or 8.
Okay.
Coming next season, I'm going to put him up there because he had a lot of things working against him, and like there were so many things that could have went right for him last season. You know that he could have very easily have gotten 1,000 yards, very easily have gotten to the Pro Bowl talk. And I hear what Tidy is saying. I mean, it was a lot counting against him, but if he had all those things working for him, just to imagine where he would be. And that's why I'm looking for so much for him to come out this season and be Mr. Untouchable, become that new Michael Evans of the NFC. That's my thought.
You know, everybody compare him to Mike Evans.
Yes, sir.
To me, he reminds me a lot of Keenan Allen.
I get you that.
He.
Bro,
There's a lot of Keenan.
I thought I was the only one that saw that.
Oh, really? Yeah, he reminds me a lot of
I'm
Keenan
not
Allen.
gonna lie to you.
Yeah, man. He's there's a lot of because the thing is like Mike Evans he can run a route, but
Yeah.
a lot of times Mike Evans just bullies. Like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They
He
just
bullies
got
way.
to Yeah, they just kind of tell Mike Evans to run to a spot, and like, when's the last time you seen Mike Evans turn somebody around? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Without putting his hands on them.
He turned them around when he played the Falcons. Shoot.
No, bro.
He
To be honest,
golden.
he mostly bullied. He mostly bullied Falcon DB.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He don't really turn them around.
Yeah.
Poor Kobe.
And
my thing is, why everybody talking about Drake London and his speed? Like
Yeah, I guess
running the same, like every player is running the same route.
No, they want him to do every route tree. That's what they think.
Drake London is a different wide receiver. He's not. He wasn't looked at for his speed. That was never his thing. His thing was his size and his ability to get that 50-50 ball, get his hands on the catches. That's him.
That's it.
His speed. I mean, come on, guys. Jerry Rice ran a 4.7, and arguably the best wide receiver to ever play football. So
played. You just proved my point, Cowboy.
We can miss with the speed thing.
I never said anything about speed. I said he couldn't take the top off, and you just brought up the guy. You just,
He can get behind.
Who he get behind? Who Drake got behind?
He behind if he wants to.
Go.
He's done it before.
Every catch Drake made, the DB was looking at him. He was right there with him.
Go look when we played the Patriots last season.
He would and Christian McCaffrey
Gonzalez had him down on the bottom left hash. See that Drake got behind him.
Yep.
The ball was underthrown, and Drake came back to the ball, high pointed it, came down to Christian's chest, hurt Christian, and Christian was out for the rest of the game.
Quarter concussion. And Drake running.
Quarterback was surprised when Drake got behind that mud. That's why he threw his short. Hey, but look, my disclaimer is I don't have nothing against Drake now. I don't want to hear nothing about 3 Dirty hating on Drake.
No, 3 Dirty. No, 3 Dirty. No.
But the quarterback was surprised when Drake broke. That's what happened.
He's like, wait a minute, hold on.
Wait a minute, Drake, what you doing out there?
He's like, man, I underthrew it for you and everything, like we always do.
Hey, but seriously though, for receivers though, but seriously though, when you're a receiver, you know, like I always say, you got to know when to get open. Mm-hmm. All receivers know how to get open. You got to know when to get open. That's why Mike Evans was so effective. Like y'all say, he's slow. Jerry Rice was slower. But you just got to know how to manipulate that corner or whoever's checking you. And then once you understand that part of the route running, that's when you turn up field on him.
Yeah.
You know, you make him turn that hip. Once he turn that hip or he turn that head, when he turn back around, you ain't there no more.
That's it.
Yeah. And I think for me, I ain't even cut y'all off. It's gonna be a exciting match for week 1 against Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey, like the press coverage, trying to get Drake London head. I want to see Drake do his thing against Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen's gonna get cooked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with him because of this. Jalen, not Jalen of prime Jalen.
Yeah.
This is Drake stepping into his prime.
Yeah.
See, Jalen was so effective because he had speed, but he was strong enough to sit there and bully wide receivers.
Yeah.
Now you coming up against somebody that a bully just like you are.
Yeah.
A bigger bully.
A bigger bully.
I don't think we haven't seen the best of Drake yet.
No,
we've seen good Drake.
Yeah.
So I don't think we've seen the great Drake.
You seen Taylor Heineke Drake. You seen Desmond Ritter Drake.
Yeah,
that's it.
You seen
that's a great point, guys, and I feel like you guys are pretty blessed because you've got 2 receivers on the panel tonight.
I forgot. Will, you're a receiver, right? Yeah.
So I've got the stats here in front of me, and I feel like for me, and you guys may fall differently here, the top 5 is the top 5. That's going to be JSN, Jamar Chase, obviously Jay Jettas, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Puka. After that, you're into your 6 to 15 range, and that's where you start to see guys like Nico Collins, Chris Olave, Jameson Williams, Alec Pierce, Jalen Waddle. I think for sure Drake falls into that mix with guys like towards the upper end of that mix. So I'm putting him sort of 6 through 9 So I'm putting him in the mix with guys like Nico Collins, CD Lamb, Jamison Williams. He's at the lower end of the top 10 or the top end of the top 15. But I feel like, as Cowboy says, we have not begun to scratch the surface of what Drake London can be yet. Because now, assuming that we get a consistent quarterback at starter, we can really do some good things with him this year. So I'm expecting big things out of Drake going forward.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's the quarterback play. Drake London, he's a wonderful wide receiver. We just gotta get that quarterback position play.
Right.
I agree with you, Will.
And you make a good point, Will, because I mean, and I think a couple of other people made it too. We just signed this young man to a 4-year extension, and he's 24 years old. I mean, he's legit a young. This man was born in the 2000s, guys. This man was born after Juvenile told him representing Cash Money from the 99 to the 2000.
Come on, man.
He is young.
But these guys truly make me feel old. You go out hoping to get carded, and they go like, no, I saw the 19. You're good. Oh, please card me.
My bad, Cowboy. What was you gonna say?
Yeah, here's what worries me about the wide receiver room and Jahan Dotson. Because we brought back Alameda Zaccheaus, Austin Hooper, and this defense has went primarily to a what is it? The tight end heavy, using tight ends more than often.
Yeah.
Is Jahan Dotson going to run into that same problem he had in Philly, where he gets lost in the receiving core? Because obviously we're going to use tight ends more, and Drake London, him getting the bag, he's going to demand the ball more, right? So, and now, and I know y'all saw the footage of Charlie Warner now being used in the offense more. They don't start throwing balls to him too. So Jahan Dotson, is he going to fall into that same problem he ran into in Philly, or is he going to try to, is he still? I mean, is he going to command his position? Because I mean,
that's what I was asking earlier, Cowboy. Like, is it like did he jump out of the frying pan into the fire? Like, I mean, I mean that's a legit question. I mean, especially after drafting Zachariah Branch.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if he comes in,
he
and
won
he
the ball
goes crazy.
too.
Yeah, like
it's a lot of balls to feed.
Exactly.
Jesus. Kyle Pitts.
You see, Kyle Pitts too. So I mean, and that's if he's here. But Kyle Pitts too.
And I'm excited to see, because I mean, I see the comment there. Sorry to step on your toes there, Winston. Just to say, with that comment about wide receiver 2, I feel like Branch isn't coming in as a 2, he's coming in as a 3. But what we need to remember is that inside outside is where he makes his money. Yes. He's kind of like a Jalen Waddle, although he's slightly smaller. He only needs 1.5 yards separation. You get him that ball, and he can make people miss.
Yes, if you put him out in space.
Branch is what we used to call back in the day, like what 3 Dirty was saying. Branch is gonna be that flanker. He's gonna be that guy.
Exactly. I'm excited about that guy.
Yeah.
Especially in the zone.
Yeah.
Oh my
he's
God.
Gonna be that guy you hate to defend.
If you turn that head, or
you turn that head, when you turn back around, you will not know where this guy is. You'll be watching the play.
And I'll be completely honest with you. Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Something that we used to do, and 330 and Will, y'all let me know if y'all ever experienced this. My offensive coordinator used to put those guys, those flanker guys, over. They used to bring them over to the defensive line to work on hand drills, because they used to work on swims. They used to work on rips and everything. Cowboy know what I'm talking about, because those are the guys. Those are the guys that got to work on getting. Look, Winston's the DB guy. Like, he knows all about it. So I got both sides in here tonight.
Right.
I also got old Tidy in here. Tidy, what's going on, bro?
What's happening, Tidy?
Tidy.
What's happening with you?
Chilling, bro. How y'all doing?
Man, we
Bird
doing good.
gang.
Doing good. Bird gang in the house.
What's going on with you,
sir.
man?
Start
I
studying in here,
meant
boy.
to
Good
call you,
gracious.
Tidy. I ain't talked to you in so long, man. I was thinking about you the other day. I was like, man, I need to hit old Tidy up, man.
It have been a minute, brother.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. You been doing good though.
Yeah, man. I've been doing good. I can't complain. If I complain, then I'm ungrateful.
Hey, man,
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
there you go. There you go.
Hey, look, Titus show got me in trouble at work, man.
I got you.
What happened, cowboy?
Hey, look, man. Look, and I'm a supervisor where I'm at, right? So I'm pushing to the guys. Look, no cell phones on the floor, no earpieces, all that type of stuff, right? So these supposed to be setting the example, messing around, listening to the Titus show.
Yeah, because you called me out for that. I says, when we get some time, let's get on together. And if you don't know, Cowboy and I are planning on starting a show together very, very soon. But you know how it goes. Sometimes you run out of hours, and he goes like, I can't have my phone on the floor, so your timing's going to have to be primo, or I'm going to be breaking rules here for you.
So now we've gotten, and everybody's blaming me now because now we've went to this high security thing where we got metal detectors now because now we are no metal facility now.
Dang,
so
cowboy.
you got to walk through
You
several
got everybody
metal
jammed
detectors
up.
and all that type of stuff. So yeah, Tidy, thanks, man.
Hey, anytime, bro. Anytime.
Yeah, Tidy, man. Look, so we were talking about this Drake deal, and you were vocal in the chat. I'm glad that you're able to come on and chop it up with us, man. So tell us what you thinking about this Drake extension. And the beautiful thing is that I know you ain't gonna pull no punches because you Tidy. So tell us what you thinking.
I got mixed feelings on it, man. Like, first off, I'm not ignorant to the fact that we drafted him 8th overall, and no NFL team really wants to not give a top 10 or top 8 draft pick at least a second contract, because if you get to the point where your top picks don't get a second contract, in a sense, it's a sign of failure. So
this is true. That's true.
I get the importance of wanting to re-sign him, which ultimately I don't have a problem with. I'm not mad at it, but the amount that we gave him, and I'm gonna tell y'all what really made my anxiety rise when I saw the details, was that magic number, 100 million guaranteed.
Yeah,
that's what it did it for me. And trust me, y'all, I get it. Like, I'm a salary cap nerd. I know he 3-9, 2 or 3 years. I get all that point. I get it. But guaranteed money is very delicate in the NFL. That's why it's called guaranteed money. We are in a hard cap league. It's not like baseball. And even if Drake goes down to number 8 or number 9 highest paid per year 2 or 3 years from now, you still got to deal with that guaranteed money. So, and pardon me for looking at both sides of the coin. I'm a Falcons fan.
Of course.
But,
so if things don't pan out like we hope they do, you still got that guaranteed money there that you're going to be responsible for. We're dealing with that now with Mr. Kirk Cousins. We've signed our fair share of bad contracts as Falcons fans that we've seen in our lifetime. And as far as Drake goes, that's a big contract, man.
That's a big contract, bro. That's big.
That is a big contract, man. And me personally, I want Drake to be on the team, but I would have slow rolled him like they doing Kyle Pitts. Okay, let's see what you do in 2026. We already got you on the contract anyway.
Yeah.
Just come to shove, we can exercise a franchise tag if we have to. So
do you think you were risk paying having to pay more if you slow rolled it?
Exactly. That was my point.
Let me tell you why I'm worried about that. If he's as good as his contract dictates, I'll give you an extra $2-3 million. As we always say, the cap won't go up anyway.
Won't go up anyway. Yeah.
Economically, it's gonna be the same percentage either way.
Yeah, and that's my concern with Bijan as well. I mean, yes, technically we can kick the can down the road a little bit. He's fully guaranteed for 26, 27. but how much more is the price going to go up because you still have Jahmyr Gibbs to get paid up in Detroit and things like that as well. So it's kind of when do you pull the trigger? You know you want to keep London here. You know you want to keep Bijan here. A lot of people want to keep Pitts here. Obviously Jesse Bates as well, but you need to really start having some conversations about when would be the right time for these guys. And that's kind of where my concern's at, because we don't want to price ourselves out of the market either, you know.
Yeah. My only concern with and I understand respectfully, Tidy, my only concern with Drake is not how much we spent on him, right? Because I would have went to the 145. That's just me.
But
Drake,
you rich, cowboy. Like we ain't rich like you. Like you look at millions in a different way. We look at millions. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, cowboy.
Yeah, but my only concern is his health. You know what I mean? Because I know he's gonna give. If he's there and he's able to play, he's gonna get you the production. He's gonna give you that. He's already shown that. He's been the only consistent piece that we've had with this franchise since. He hasn't been here since 2016, but he's been the only consistent piece that we've had since then. So
that's Jake.
Yeah.
Except for Jake Matthews.
Yeah. I was
saying.
No,
I mean, as far as well, like Jake Matthews, you know, he'll offensive lineman, but I mean, as far as guys that we look to for, you know what I mean, that we look for to make plays in the game. I think it was warranted, and I think he deserved it. What's going on, Sydney, man? Look, but the thing is, I would rather pay him, get him out of the way now, right? Because Drake right now feels like, hey, yeah, I can go out here without this distraction on my shoulder, right? Whether or not, you know what I mean? Because you know it's going to come. Everybody's going to realize he's going to hit that free agency, and throughout the whole season, he's going to have GMs or scouts or whatever in his ear, or so I say GMs in his ear, like, hey, I got this for you. I got this for you. So we risk, it's like a roll of the dice. You know what I mean? We could pay him $140 million now, or pay him $160-something million later. You know what I mean? Trying to keep him. And hey, at the same time, we do have to weigh our poison. We do have to consider our poison too, because either we pay Drake $140 million, or we pay somebody like Keon Coleman to come in here and
Lord, no.
And for $140 million.
Lord, no.
You can get Matt Hollins for $10 million.
And come on, man. Matt Hollins, come on. You still on Matt Hollins 330.
With that being said, though, I've got a free agent for y'all. You guys know that my concern group was receiver. It's not anymore because I have a fantastic point for y'all boys. Now, Jake Matthews is getting older. We know this. We know he's a stud. We know he's Mr. Falcon, all that good stuff. But time is undefeated. So ideally, we have the two guys out of Wisconsin. You've got Riley Malman on the right, Jack Nelson on the left. But I would like, in an ideal world, to kind of explore how much a Jack Conklin would be. Now, Jack Conklin, the right tackle from Cleveland, two-time Pro Bowler, has worked with Coach Stefanski, has also went to that second Pro Bowl in 2020 under the tutorship of Coach Callahan. So just when you're talking about free agents, shoring up the line, making sure that QB is set to throw the ball to these guys, I would like to see while we're on how you boys feel about that, because Jack Conklin's a name that's floating around now where I'm like, okay, maybe so. How do you feel about that one, guys?
Yeah, one thing I'm not concerned about is, and maybe I should be, but one thing I'm not concerned about is his offensive line. Because we got Bill Callahan back there. Even if we get guys hurt through get early or later in the season, we got offensive linemen that can come in and step in like they did last year. They weren't the best, but they were solid enough to enable quarterback play. Bar Kirk Cousins, Michael Penix, what happened between them, man, I don't think it had nothing to do with the offensive line. I just think it was just coaching all the way around with that team last season. So as long as we got a solid offensive line, I think they're going to be better than solid, because remember the 2014, 15, 16 O-line that we had? That team started from basically nowhere too, with pieces here and there. I think this O-line can actually be just as good, if not better. And that just, especially when you got the Mr. Old Man back there, Jake Matthews, got Christian Lindstrom, who's back playing better than ever. Matthew Bergeron, who's still learning, and he's still, playing a pretty good, doing a pretty good, decent job. And then you got Ryan Newsill, who's still solid, but at the same time, he knows now he got to step up because Brockermeyer's right down on his tail back
Yeah,
there.
he losing that job.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about offensive line.
Real quick.
I think the one, with that being said, I can see a lot of what you're saying, Cowboy, but the one thing I need to see is the penalties improve out of Jawan Taylor. Because if he is our right tackle, he has had 44 penalties in the last 3 years alone. So that's going to be a big thing. But assuming that Callahan can fix this, then we should be in a good spot. I would agree with you. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens.
I'm sorry, Tidy, you getting ready to say something?
Yeah, quick question. Excellent show as always, though. I've been watching it. I came on when you first started tonight, and you asked a very interesting question. And I already kind of knew how it was going to go. You asked, do we think, you asked the chat, is Drake London a top 10 NFL wide receiver? We all diehard Falcons fans on the Falcons channel, so I knew how that was going to play out. My question is, y'all be honest with me. Put the bias to the side just for a moment. If you ask the majority of people, accredited media, former players, is Drake London a top 10 NFL wide receiver? Do you think the majority would say yes, he is as of today, or they're going to leave him out the top 10?
They're going to leave him out.
They're going to leave him out top 10. They're going to leave him out. They're going to leave him out, Tidy.
Yeah, there's media bias too, so putting mine to the side, I feel like, yeah, we're going to get screwed on this one again. You know, the media has not much respect for our birds. And I'd like to shout out Padre down in the chat as well. It's good to see that some of y'all appreciate my dulcet tones, especially at this time in the morning. So thank y'all again for having me.
Shouts out to brother Padre, man. He says, "What in the world, Coach?" He says, "I just want to say that my man has the best Scottish accent I've ever heard." Said the coaching staff is truly international. Shouts out to my brother Padre. That's that da-da-da. That's a Superman chat. Appreciate that.
That's a Superman chat.
We appreciate the $5 holler, and as I say, if Coach Lowe's happy to have me, I'm here. I'm happy to join whenever you guys got space. I've got time. So when you want to talk about international, if you guys don't know, give me and my crew. A few of the guys who are actually on the panel with me tonight. So Winston knows about this, Cowboy too. Young Will has been in talks as well in the past as well. So we've got Atlanta Falcons Nation through Miss Maggie, of course. But Des and I, the Scottish Falcons, are going to be heading up the international channel as well. So you can catch us over there on AFN International. We've got a show probably coming up on Tuesday as well to talk about all the good things that have been happening in Atlanta, not just around our Falcons, but you know them Braves be braving as well. The Dream's doing well too, and of course we've got the World Cup kicking off next week as well. So it's a great week of sport. So yeah, I've been here, there, and everywhere, kind of showing some love. So appreciate y'all again.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, appreciate that super chat, Padre. Hey, while y'all at it, man, everybody drop a super chat in there, man. Y'all know Lowe just built that new helicopter pad, got a new helicopter, so he's gonna need all the money he get.
What's that, Cowboy? He needs fuel money.
Man, yeah, he needs fuel money. So y'all hit the super chat up. Hey, drop some love, look, super chat.
I got a question for y'all, everybody on the panel. All right. Now that we have Drake London contract out the way, all right. What do you think? What do you think the Knicks' extension going to be? Do you think it'll be Bijan? You think it's going to be Pitts? What is your importance? What do you rank the importance of it?
Man,
that's
it's
gonna
be Bijan, bro. I think
it's gonna be Bijan.
It's gonna be Bijan, but I would want it to be Jesse Bates, and I'll tell you why. For me, we need to shore up that safety situation because Billy Bowman's not 100%, and I don't want to rush him back, similarly to how I felt with Michael Penix. So with that being said, I would extend Jesse so that we have that presence there while Billy's fighting back to 100%. And I would, as I say, we still have 2 years essentially to get Bijan done. So yeah, I'm definitely watching what Detroit are doing, but I'm also I'm going to show some love to the defensive side of the ball and say that yeah, one more year of mentorship is going to be what's best for Watts and Bowman. So I would tie up Jesse for another 2-3 years possibly. I would look to do that first.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, and I ain't even cut y'all off too, man. I might say with this DB competition, I think they're gonna move Mike Hughes to slot and use Avon Terrell on the outside. Because I heard
Nah,
Jeff.
I think they're gonna move him to the MARTA train to the airport.
Yeah, they're gonna move that to a house.
I don't think he's gonna be here, bro.
Yeah, because I heard he getting cut. They say he getting cut because I heard Jeff Ober said he's amazed by Avon Terrell by his demeanor. He learned the playbook already.
As he should. And look on
because
the
I
who
want
I think we sign next. Obviously it's going to be Bijan. Hopefully it's going to be Bijan. Cal Pitts is going to be typically on this one more year. Show me he can be consistent.
Yeah,
right. Because I mean, rightfully he has not been, but I think that Cal Pitts probably won't be here 2027. I really don't. I don't think he could be here.
He'll be one and done?
Say it one more time.
Yeah.
You say he could be one and done? You think he'll get traded in the middle of the season? Or
not in the middle of the season, because I don't think he's going to be honestly looked at unless he has like one heck of a year. And I mean, when I say one heck of a year, he's going to have exactly. I have a Pro Bowl.
He was all pro last year.
And it's
all pro?
not going to be his year. It's not going to be at the hands of Drake.
And there's a number forgetting as well, because if we do trade Mike Hughes,
oh, okay.
I mean, let's be honest, if we do trade Mike Hughes, I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on Darnay Holmes.
He was second in reception. He was second in tight end receiving yard.
Yeah. That's not the problem. The problem is not that he can be productive. We know he can be productive.
Behind Trey McBride.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it was a slow year for tight ends last year though.
Yeah, it was a lot of injuries to tight ends.
Yeah, it was a slow year for tight ends.
But you also got to look at too how this offense is going to be ran. What type of offense we got, right? Hence the fact we seeing Charlie Warner going out for passes now.
That's it. That's it.
So I mean, it's all going to be how Pitts fits this offense. Now we can't keep scheming around when we need Kyle Pitts to block. Right, because at some point it's going to work against us. Because some people are going to say, well, if Kyle Pitts is on that end, we know they're going to run to that side because they're going to have a tight end outside of Kyle Pitts or tight end inside another tight end inside of Kyle Pitts. So we know they're going to run to that side. Remember, Minnesota picked up on that real easy. We don't want to fall back into that realm of because if you got a team that played that 12, 13 man personnel very well, and that's all they do is play that 12, 13 play against that, we're going to get ate up. So unless we scheme very well with Kyle Pitts, then of course we'll be successful. But Kyle Pitts gonna have to show that he can handle that blocking game too.
Definitely, man. Definitely, man. I also got old James Holloway in here, man. James, what's going on with you, Bo?
James,
what's happening, James?
Good to see you, Jim.
Yo, what's going on, man? How y'all doing?
Man, James, why you coming here talking like you on the Quiet Storm too? Come on now, where the world, James?
That's my nickname. That's my nickname anyway to certain people. But how y'all feeling today? How y'all doing? Y'all doing all right?
Man, can't hear you. Good, bro.
Man, chilling.
Good.
What you think about this this Drake London contract? Because Titan that came in here and he became the super villain. Titan.
I'm glad you knocked me off of that top of that side.
Hey, Freebird, I had to come get you back, man.
Hey, always, man. That's my dude.
Well, you know what? I appreciate you for that, Tidy, because as I always say to the brothers, Mad Mike and his crew, sometimes it's fun to play heel. You just gotta run with it.
I dock you, man. James, what you thinking about that? What you thinking about that Drake London contract this did you?
First off, y'all can hear me, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Good, Mike.
You sound just as smooth. Yes, sir. Uh-huh.
Rocking your airways.
I hear the thunder in the background.
James Holloway.
Man.
Can you dig it?
Can
you play between the sheets next?
Oh, Lord.
Just to be close girl.
My bad, Jay. Go ahead. Bro.
Wow. For 1 hour.
Yo, Lo, what time did you set the watershed on this?
Day out.
Oh man, my bad, James. Go ahead, Bo.
Yeah, so with me in the contract, it had to be done within the situation. Drake London is an impact player. We can look at the analytics and everything like that, but what you getting out of Drake London each Sunday when he's lined up in that Falcons uniform.
Come on now.
That's
The
it.
thing, the thing is within the situation is that I understand the concerns about the numbers and everything like that, but you got to look at the whole totality of Drake London in history with the Falcons. He only gotten better each year. Understand the 1K yards that he only had over 1,000 yards one season. But if you look at it, if he didn't miss those 5 games, he was gonna be well over 1,000 yards this year.
Yes. Yes.
And
I
so,
completely
Yeah,
agree.
and he was leading the league in receiving yards at one point, wasn't
Yeah, before he got hurt.
it? It was like
so,
receiving yards and receiving touchdowns, I think.
Yeah,
so if you take that, you look at that, you see the impact that he get, the money it's deserving within the situation.
yeah,
Even within the money, if you look at the whole schematics of everything, it only goes 11% towards the cap from the numbers from what I looked at within the situation. So it still works good for the
yeah.
Falcons for the numbers that he got that we signed him by.
Come on.
Because
Can church
because
say amen?
because if I'm not, I mean, numbers are different when it comes to the salary cap, and people have different numbers when it comes to the salary cap. From the numbers that I looked at, even after the Drake London contract, which I may be wrong, the Falcons still had the third most cap heading into 2027.
Yeah,
As
that's what Capo was
2027
saying.
Yeah.
2027 rise at 122 million some odd numbers. So you can still do what you need to do within the team to
Mhm.
take care of the team.
Yeah.
It's gonna be some that you're gonna say, damn, why they let them go. It's gonna be some like, hey, they deserve the contract.
Yeah.
It's nipping in the bud because, as everybody knows, the salary cap goes up 2 to 3 every year,
Yeah.
basically.
Oh, yeah, it's
And
gonna
with the
go up.
salary cap going up every year, at hand, his contract goes down
Hmm.
because you still got a Nakua from the Rams that's
Mm-hmm.
gonna reset the market
We
at
were
the
just saying
receiver. That's
that.
just being
Yes,
real. He's
sir.
gonna command big money.
George Pickett's gonna get
So his
paid.
his contract may be more
Mm-hmm.
than Drake when it comes down to
Ain't no
it.
might be too.
Yeah.
So with
And
that
that's a
being
good
He's
said,
point
going
as
me
to
well,
be
with
the
James,
with
highest
me
paid
because
wide
being
receiver.
long winded, uh,
a lot of people don't really give
overall
respect to
it was
percentage
well
of cap.
deserved.
But I
He
mean,
deserved that
look
contract
at our
wise.
opposition in Madrid and Cincinnati. If you want to talk about a team that handles percentage of cap badly, I can't think of a situation worse than giving your QB and wide receiver 1 and 2. What is it? 61% of your full team's cap.
Of your cap. And
So
then you
I
then
mean
you
that's
wonder why you
important.
can't stop nobody.
Uh, bargain basement defense ain't gonna do that for you.
Yeah,
Right.
you can't.
Right.
You can't. Like you can sit there and put up 42 points, and they're gonna put up 43 because you can't stop them.
Yeah. Yeah. Facts.
You
Facts.
just can't stop them.
Yeah.
And then you let your number one pass rusher walk.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and Tidy, this right here, this might kind of combat, what you were saying earlier. And I know that this doesn't have anything to do with how many passes he caught or how many yards he caught for. But last year, when everybody was watching how bad this offensive coordinator and this coaching staff were doing, when everybody was just sitting back and sitting
Yeah.
on their hands, nobody said nothing. Nobody showed no emotion. And as a matter of fact, in the same way that Matt Hollins, Three Dirties boy, Matt Hollins, went off on Desmond Ritter on the sideline, Drake London did the exact same thing. And whenever he did that, I was like, okay, this is my guy now.
Yeah.
Like this, like somebody needs to speak up.
Yeah.
So like, if nobody's gonna call the elephant in the room out, I'm
Yeah.
look. I'll be honest with you. I'm that guy normally.
You got that guy.
Whenever something's wrong and nobody want to say nothing, I'm normally the guy be like, hey, y'all know this ain't right, right?
Me too.
It's sometimes you got to say it
Yeah.
louder than the other times.
Yeah.
And Drake London was the guy that said it, and I feel like that's part of the reason why he got paid so much money. He
Yeah.
was the guy that shared the spotlight.
Yeah.
I mean, he put the flashlight on whoever was wrong during the daytime to that consulting team. He was like, "Look, that's the problem over there."
Yeah,
The guy with the
both ways he stepped up.
He did it at the right time too.
Radio chewing gum.
Drake had been listening to Future. He was out there. He was out there looking for you with a flashlight in the daytime.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? He was on your ass.
Tunnel vision.
He was on your ass.
Tunnel vision.
That's what baffled me. That's what baffled me so much too. We have, and look, everybody's gonna fan different. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna. That's not for me to judge, right? But I can't fathom why we got a lot of people here will look at how the coaching was handled last year, how the whole organization was handled last year, and still say that we as a team fell short because of production, because we couldn't stop anybody. We couldn't score. It was more to it than that. People coaching has a lot to do with it. That's why they call it game management. That's why they call it game strategy. A lot of that plays heavily into a win or a loss. You know what I mean? It's not about player production sometimes. And I think Drake carried that on his shoulder the whole season. So when it came to the point where they fired the position coach, and then you turn around and had the receivers running routes like elementary, of course that's why he spazzed out. I mean, just the play before that, he scored a touchdown, and then I said a couple plays before that, they had him run a seam route where he should have been running something to the inside. He said something to Zach Robinson. And then next play, he scored a touchdown, and he comes over to the sideline. He spazzed out at Zach. So just like we saw that, administration saw that too. So they were like, okay, he's that leader. He stepped up in the locker room. Because once you lose the locker room, that's over. And that's why Raheem, Zach Robinson, that's why they had to go. It was no question they had to go. So when that consulting firm got called in, they say, this is where we start right here. They got to go. But Drake London stood up and hey, he put it on the table. He let everybody he put it on the table for the world to see. And you got to commend him for that. Because I mean, people will say he has a bad attitude because he could have did it in the locker room. He didn't have to do it on the field.
Why?
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
Exactly. Let it show.
Somebody needs to see something at the end of the day. Like why do we need to wait till we go to the locker room? Yeah. I mean, shoot, you got me out here looking crazy in front of the world.
Right.
So why do I need to wait and go to the locker room and just have you looking crazy in front of the team?
Yeah, it ain't like he did a Latrell Sprewell out there. I mean,
he ain't choke him out.
I know he wanted to do it.
Malice in the palace.
So tied in 330. That's another reason why I feel like they may have given him this much money. I feel like sometimes you just got to be, because I was asking the question last year.
You got to be a leader.
Last year I was asking the question offensively, besides Kirk Cousins, and let's be honest, he really wasn't that much of a leader. The only thing that he led was himself to the bank. Yeah. who was the leader offensively?
No. The brink truck led him to the bank. He followed behind it to make sure it got there.
Exactly.
So Drake picked that up from Mac Hollins.
Drake picked it. Exactly.
Yeah, because Mac, he went off. He didn't get no money.
Well, he also couldn't get 1,000 yards either. 330.
He probably about the number 3 or number 4 wide receiver also though.
Yeah,
yeah. But I mean, hey man, I ain't mad. Hey, look, man, I put my money where my mouth at. I'm gonna see Drake this year.
Oh yeah, I already know it.
You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna hold you. I think Mac Hollins is a better receiver than a lot of people give him credit to.
Oh yeah.
Now, do I think he's a 1,000-yard consistent receiver? Nah. But you've seen plenty of receivers made a very good living somewhere between the 600 to 800-yard range with 5-6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For $10 million. and he plays special teams.
330. Are you Matt Hollins' agent?
And he plays special teams.
Everything. You can't have him, bro.
How much percentage you get from Matt Hollins? 330.
He getting something.
I ain't getting nothing, man. I had to pay for my own ticket.
Promos, something. You put out ads.
Getting something.
They already got ads in the newspaper.
But Tidy, do you feel like that part of that may have come into play whenever they said, "Hey, we're gonna give Drake $100 million guaranteed for the next 4 years."
Yeah, I think that played a part.
Oh yeah.
Being an on the field, off the field leader. Also, as you alluded to earlier, somebody that they don't feel like they got to wake up on Monday morning and be on headline news about. We won't touch on that though, but I think all that played a part in it, man. Like I said, it's just that's a lot of money. That's a lot of another component with me is like, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. It's something I've been talking about for years. But when you starting off, you bring in a new staff, and now you paying everybody new money. Man, when you allocate a lot of it to the wide receiver and the running back position, which we obviously gonna do, history is not going to
itself.
be honest. History is not going to be on your side. So we're going to have to, like my boy Pac say, against all odds.
Against all odds.
Yeah.
Against all odds.
I think it's like what you said earlier on, Tidy, that it's going to come down to solidifying this quarterback room. Who's going to be that guy that steps up? Because I think this quarterback battle is going to be bigger than what we think it is. Because I mean, at first sight, people like say, well, right now it looks like it's going to be Tua, right? And I think they're giving Michael Penix an opportunity because
take advantage.
Matt Ryan wants to see it. Number one, he wants to see Tua, get that opportunity to get to the number one spot. But truthfully and honestly, I think Jack Strand is going to move his way up into that.
Come on, Cowboy. Come on, Cowboy.
Hey, low man.
Look, you can say what you want. Listen,
mute his mic.
Guys can say what you want. Listen, you guys can say what you want, but this Jack Strand is going to make this 53-man roster.
He
what I'm saying.
Now that I will give you.
He will be the
emergency quarterback.
He will be in conversation when it comes to. Now, I'm not gonna say in the immediate future, but with that with Alex Van Pelt, I think Alex Van Pelt gonna fall in love with this kid. But this guy's gonna put his name in the hat to be a quarterback and he's gonna force Atlanta to make a decision on Michael Penix. And that's just my thought on it.
Look, I mean, I hope that's the case.
Love coming from what I missed.
6'5",
because he's big.
6'5", what is he?
It ain't because he's big. It ain't
245.
He can sling that thing now.
He's 6'5", 245 with a cannon for an arm. That's where the accuracy love come from.
And his accuracy, the ball placement.
Yeah. He's a more accurate. I won't sit there and say Cam or Josh Allen. I mean, he can. He's mobile.
Yeah.
But he's not a runner like them. But he's not.
He got a heart though.
He's a big
heart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's less of a Josh Allen, more of a Justin Herbert. But to his credit, he's got that dog in him. He was offered D1 offers, and he chose to stay at Moorhead.
Yeah.
So that says something to his strength of character as well. So there's a lot to like in Jack Strand. And as Cowboy says, with Alex Van Pelt there, obviously we know his pedigree working with QBs. So yeah, sky really is the limit. I mean, I feel like the small school thing, a lot of guys are coming at him with the narrative of, oh, you can't let me know a single game where he stands out.
Yeah.
I feel like the season speaks for itself. When you look back at Jack Strand's film, there's a lot to be happy about. I'm not saying give him the starting job, but I feel like he's going to make us feel some kind of way. So I would agree with you in as much as that for sure.
The only knock I can say about Jack Strand is that he hasn't played against great competition. He's from Division II, but he hasn't played against like stellar competition. That's the only thing you can say negative about it.
Especially nowadays, a lot of times you can't even really say that. A lot of times kids that's playing in Division II football, they just got in trouble. Right?
Exactly.
They just fell victim to the circumstances. So I mean, preseason is gonna be fun this year because every quarterback that plays, you're gonna want to see what they can do. And I'm gonna tell you something. As far as like his ball talent, Tidy, he throws a spiral just as nice as Michael Penix.
Hey man,
Like
Nice with it.
he can throw that ball now, but I mean,
Accuracy and ball placement.
yeah, we gotta see what his
Yeah,
head like though. We gotta see
Yeah,
yeah.
that
how he
part.
read these defenses and
Yeah.
call out
Now,
these block protections and everything.
and I got one question too, fellas. With this new coach stuff, do y'all want to see our front offense like get like some plays in like for 2 minutes, get that chemistry together and defense
So about during the
and
preseason,
preseason? Yeah,
Oh,
just
they
with the
I
coaching
definitely.
staff.
with who you talking to. I don't know why you asked that question.
Exactly.
You know who you talking to. Why you ask that question?
He
You
had to go.
be
He was
asking
No,
scared.
man,
everybody
cause
else. I
no,
know you
cause
He's
ain't
been on
asking
these
me.
streams long enough to know.
no, cause no, man, cause I do not want to see our starters have a slow start around the beginning of the
I
season, bro.
know it, man.
Every
But
regime we had, we always don't start our starters in preseason. We need to start doing that.
I know it, man.
I
I
come
know
for
it.
real,
I
bro. Cause we
agree.
have a sandwich schedule. This is
Yeah.
one of the
Yes,
hardest schedules
sir.
we ever had in years.
Yes,
Since
sir.
2012.
Yes,
It's gonna
sir.
test them for sure.
But
It's gonna test
Yeah.
them.
shoot, James Holloway. You think they should play in the preseason?
James.
James
Yeah,
fell asleep.
I'm here.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you doing
yeah.
quiet storm? My bad.
Yeah, he had to go through the crate.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Trying to pick that next single. Okay, I get
Yeah.
I want to send her a request. I want to hear some DeBarge.
Call
Call
me
your
out, Debo.
number.
Sign me out,
Dun,
Debo.
dun, 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 dun.
Well, seeing as it's getting on, I think the only DeBarb's number we need to hear is the rhythm of the night.
Get on, Will.
And that's my jam right there. What he just
Yeah,
said right
he
there.
brought it back now.
Yeah. But nah, they should play. It's a new
Yeah.
scheme. You got to play it because for the simple fact it is you're going through a whole new year one install, and so you got to play
Yeah.
to see how you do and get the tape. The 2 days with the coach ain't gonna rectify enough film. So yeah, you're gonna have to get up out there
yeah,
Yeah.
and show what to do. Show us what's going on.
yeah. I ain't knocking you on that. Tidy, what you think? You think they should play in the pre? Because you always everybody don't know this. Uncle Steve and Tidy, they're always my voices of reason. Whenever I'm starting to get a little wild or get a little radical, I check out Tidy or hit up Uncle Steve and they'll kind of calm me down. So Tidy, do you think they should play during the preseason?
Me personally, I would play them some. But I'm gonna be consistent on what I've always said. Like whatever the Falcons, whatever head coach we have at the time, whatever they decide to do, I'm gonna be with it until I'm no longer with it. I pulled up this article and they did say in Cleveland, Stefanski typically sat crucial starters for the first two games, and in the third game they would play about 20 to 30 snaps. So if we follow his history, they'll probably play some snaps in the third game. But I'm cool either way, to be honest with you. I've seen situations where it worked out terrible to sit them, the last 2 years for Atlanta. And I've seen situations where it worked out great. Teams have won Super Bowls by not playing their starters in the preseason. So I'm good either way. Whatever Coach Stefanski decide to do, I'm with it.
Okay.
But typically in the past though, our teams fared better when our starter was able to come in and play like maybe a couple of series to even a full quarter, and then they sat the rest of the quarter, and they did that for all the preseason games.
Sure.
So I like that we fared better. I mean, that's just my opinion. I think they should play, but I don't want them playing the whole game. You know what I mean?
No.
We still got to see what our free agency players talent that we brought in. We still got to see what they can do. We still got to cut this thing down to 53. So I want to see my starters early.
Well,
So-
what about you, 3 Dirty?
So-
You think they should play the starters? Play the starters during the preseason?
Not only do I want to see them play, I want to see them play against Denver.
Why
The
Denver?
first game. Because
that's
I
a
normally
test.
don't come to the preseason
preseason.
game, right? And I normally give them away, but I'm coming this year. This is one of my bucket list moves. I want to see them guys play, hopefully, versus Denver. So yeah, I do think they need to, not just because I want them to play, but because of the experiences of late that we have had by not playing our starters.
Okay.
So yes.
I ain't mad at that. Winston, tell me what you thinking, bro.
Well, going off of Tade research, um, we have joint practices with the Colts, and that preseason game is the second preseason game. The last preseason game that we have is with Miami, so you may see the starters then. If we feel, well, if the Falcons feel that there's been enough work done during the joint practices with Indy, so I mean it's possible. It's possible. Me personally, I prefer the starters to sit there and play in the preseason.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Don't feel like that anybody that play football, y'all all know it. You can sit there and train as much as you want, but you cannot get in football shape without playing football.
On the way to get
There's
ready.
no
Right.
there's no
Yep.
way possible for you to do it. You can't
Yeah.
simulate it.
Yeah.
But
It
with
can't
that
be
being said,
controlled.
there is an X factor as well, and so much as yes, I want Mike Penix to play to see where he's at. I ain't playing him in Miami. With all due respect to the Dolphins, you know how bad their field is. If he's getting
Yeah,
Oh
hurt
yeah.
in preseason, it would be in Miami.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
there's that
They
into the
they
mix
they
as well, I
full hard.
suppose. Hmm.
Great point.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's
Play
true.
him, at home. Under the best condition.
Under the best conditions, exactly. We got
Yeah, man.
Nicholas Harvey in here. What's going on, Nick?
What's up, man? What the world, bro?
What in the world,
And then
bro? You doing
What's
good
up,
tonight?
fellas? What's up,
What's up,
Chilling.
fellas,
Nick?
man?
What's going on?
Man, tell me what you thinking about this Drake London contract.
First of all, I'm glad we got it out the way. Oh, man,
Yeah.
get it done right now, so that way we go ahead and worry about the other fish we gotta pay. You
You,
know what I'm
you got
saying?
fish, you got other fish to fry now.
You sure do.
You got other fish to fry.
got other fish to sell too. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What fish you got to sell, bro? Wait. Hold on
Uh-huh.
now.
Oh,
What fish you
oh,
talking about?
I'm glad somebody
oh.
said it. I'm
You know what I'm
glad
saying?
somebody said it.
I don't know. I think his first name Kyle.
Yeah.
Dang.
The boy out there selling fish plates.
Well, baby.
Man, 15 million, 15 million.
Man.
Mhm.
I mean, so you think it's one of them situations you think they should move on from Kyle?
I mean, I think we should do what benefits the Falcons the best.
Hello. I completely
Mhm.
agree.
I agree.
But it
I
also going to,
completely
to me, it also going to depend on how far Joshua Simon steps up. If we get rid of Pitts,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to see it. If he steps up, where we can see him getting maybe 600 yards, maybe 600. I say yeah, we can move on from Pitts. Because me, I'm not looking for my tight end to give me 1,000 yards. I'm not doing that. You know, if I can get me a Charlie Warner that can give me 500-600 yards a season and give me maybe 3-4 touchdowns and countless blocks that can spring Bijan to get 10 touchdowns, 15 touchdowns, I'm gonna take that all day long. You know what I mean? Because you got to remember now, it ain't about really just scoring touchdowns, right? You got to manage the game, right? You can't just take the ball and just run down the field. It'd be nice and score every time, leaving all kind of time on the clock, and your defense can't stop the ball. You know what I mean? So you can still got to strategize to your offense and say, hey, we're gonna move at this pace, score at will, but move at this pace because our defense is not holding it down. So if Joshua Simon can step up and be that guy that can give me a good, solid Charlie Warner type performance, I can move on from Kyle Pitts. I'm not looking for no tight end to be no superstar. Now, if he can be up and be a Travis Kelce, if he showed me that, then I mean, if Kyle Pitts can show me he can be a consistent Travis Kelce, by all means, give me
So,
that.
Cowboy, you letting him play the season out?
Yeah, I'm letting him play the season out because next season, man, it's one of those things. The draft is so deep at every position next season, and Joshua Simon, we still got him here, and I'm pretty sure come free agency, it's gonna be some tight ends that's gonna want to move on, and we're gonna have over $100 million, and we're gonna have over 10 picks next season. So Ian Cunningham just going to sit back and wait. He's going to make a decision then. So
well, Cowboy spending that $100 million, boy. You can
hey,
tell
man,
that man.
He better.
You can tell Cowboy you spend the money, boy. That joker right up.
So let me ask y'all a question right quick. Let me ask y'all a question. Speaking of cap picks, you know, it was a report that came out earlier in the week that said that if they couldn't get the extension done by July the 15th, that he may be up for a trade before the season. And they said a particular team that was interested, and this is from Dan Grisano. Y'all know who that is, an NFL insider.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Dan
yeah.
Grisano. And he said that the Baltimore Ravens may be interested in trading Kyle Pitts. Would y'all do it before the season or wait during the season?
I do it
I
I
say
before.
mean,
wait.
wait after the season. Wait after the season. I mean,
I do
I'm
it
gonna do
before.
wait.
And for some reason,
yeah.
we got a light skinned mime down here at the bottom of the screen.
That's red,
Red,
man.
what in the world, Bo? What's going? What you doing all of this for? What?
Not a,
I'm just in my agreement with
Oh, okay. I hear you, Red. I hear you. You
light
doing
skinned
good,
mind.
man.
I would interrupt, man.
Nah, you good, brother. You doing all right?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. Just here to
Yeah,
talk
that's
bounces
good.
with my guys.
Hey, man, shoot, you came on an hour and a half too late because we've been getting ready to get off in a second.
I see, man. I
Yeah.
ain't get I didn't get the memo, man.
Man, see, look, man, you gotta be able to see that bat signal when it come up. Look,
Yeah.
y'all ain't finna get me in trouble with Coach Roney. I just got out the doghouse.
No, so he got a bedtime.
Well, what
He
you
got
talking about?
look,
Y'all ain't finna get me in trouble.
shoot, he got to
Lord.
protect them 17 years,
What you talking about? I just
seniority.
look. I didn't think I was gonna make it to 17. I'm
Right,
trying to
right.
get to 18 now.
Hello,
Well,
beloved.
you know what? I'm just focusing on trying to make it to 3 hours. I'm trying to put a coffee on while I'm talking to you boys because I wasn't expecting to be tested by y'all quite so much, but I ain't missing the end of this.
What? What is that? Man, what the
With the
world was
wheels, he
that?
putting it all, he
Man,
putting
that's
it
what
all on
Will.
the table.
Man, that's what Will. Will's coming calling in from Scotland.
Oh man, Will. What's up, Will?
Will
You
the
got it.
freak.
What's up, brother? Yeah,
Man,
as I say, I know like there's so many of us on, you won't see the tag, but I came in with the tag Saltire Vampire. It says it all, I feel.
Oh, Will, you got me want to watch Braveheart, man, after listening to you talk.
Or not Braveheart, anything but Braveheart. I'd rather have Drew McIntyre than Braveheart at this point.
Yeah, I know
I s-
y'all boy were mad over there about that one.
man, I tell you what, man. But shoot, well, I tell you, I always have a good time coming on here and chopping it up with y'all fellas, man. Thank y'all so much for coming on and chill out with us. But before we do go and end it though, Red, what do you feel about the Drake London contract?
I was happy about it. I felt that needed to get done. All the other
Okay.
receivers that came in his class got paid, and I felt that we might as well lock him up and go ahead and, like say, lock him up. And now we can see what we have to spend. Now we already got his contract on the books, and now we can see what we got to spend next season, which I'll say $100 million in cap space, 10 draft picks, and we got Drake locked up too. Next, we just got to lock Bijan up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like B John. Now I see you miming down there about Kyle Pitts. What you thinking about Kyle? You think they should go ahead and cut
I'm with
paid? Or?
you. If they're gonna trade him, if you're gonna trade him before the season. You don't want to go into the season with the distractions. If you make it to the season, you might as well just play it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I ain't mad at that.
Kyle Pitts
I ain't-
needs to see a lot of playing time in the preseason.
There we go.
With Jarvis Brand.
Kyle Pitts need to see an offensive coordinator that's going to actually utilize him. That's what he
Now
needs.
that is true. Now that's real talk right
That
there.
is
Now.
true. That is true. That is
Yeah.
true. It's kind of like I was saying in Savannah Swag. He was in the comments. We was agreeing on it. It's like, look, anytime you're in the red zone, once you
Yeah.
get past that 20-yard line, he at least needs a target, right?
Yeah.
Like instead of being in the flow of the game, like get your offensive coordinator to say, all right, we running this one to Kyle. No, let's run a smash, or let's run a scissor and put Kyle to the open side of the field and just throw it at the pylon. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know what that play was that they. I don't know the name of it, but I remember the play where they had Bijan as a tailback, Charlie Warner as a fullback, had Drake on the outside, and they ran the ball to the left. Cal Pitt was on the outside, on the right side. No, he was a tight end on the right side, and Michael Penix caught him in the end zone. I think it was against the Redskins.
oh,
I think
okay.
it was against the Redskins. Yeah.
Are you talking about
And-
the throw?
Man,
The throw that
yeah.
got everybody naked
Yeah,
for Kyle Pitt?
and-
I mean, for
yeah.
Mike Penix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, that's the play that he was able to find, find Pitts, right? And I think they love that play for some reason because whether it was scoring a touchdown or getting the first down, he was able to find Kyle Pitts and that with that play. But it was all about scheming it too, because you had to. That was a great play call, matter of fact, putting Charlie Warner back there for Bijan to block and line Drake up on the outside, because obviously you think one of them gonna get the ball, right? You thinking Bijan gonna get the ball. He got a blocker back there, but kind of like divert the attention away from Kyle Pitts, and then put him line him up with a one-on-one with a linebacker, and that's what you want. But Kyle Pitts got to consistently, he got to show he can overcome that linebacker though.
That's it, man. That's it.
One critical thing though before we move on. Tommy Rees, he got that. If they decide to keep him with Tommy Rees, he specializes in getting tight ends open. He been doing it since his Notre Dame days when he was the OC at Notre Dame and when he came over to Bama. He gonna try to get Kyle Pitts open. It's just on Kyle Pitts to get himself open as well.
Yeah.
Man,
And it's not gonna take much. So people gonna be focused on Bijan, so it's not gonna take much.
Let's be honest about it though. How many times did Kyle Pitt actually be open? Kyle Pitts be open a lot more times than people actually give him credit for.
Yeah,
that is true.
The
now.
quarterback itself.
that is true.
That's the thing about playing a dependent position. I can execute my job, but if you're not doing your job, it still affects me.
Yeah.
It's a negative externality.
Yeah.
I mean, we seen that on Tidy whenever Tidy does the film study watch
I
back.
guess.
Like Tidy, how many times we seen Kyle Pitts open?
A lot, bro.
And as you all say, that comes with the inadequacies that we've had in terms of coaching and play calling as well with Z-Rob. So the fact that we're still giving him that franchise tag, we're still giving him that look, should tell you everything you need to know. I mean, it's going to come down to how you play call, because you can't scheme defensively for a guy who's 6'6", 250 and moves like that. There's only certain things you can do and hope for the best, I feel. So we need to get the coaching behind Kyle, and as Cowboy said, I feel like if we get him some serious reps in the preseason, then hopefully we should be in a good place come the meaningful snaps.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get some legit reps in the preseason.
Yeah.
So we don't lose that game by a close game, that first game by a close game, and then we sit here looking like Boo Boo the Fool on week 17 because we missed the playoffs by one game. Like let's go ahead and do that.
We ain't doing that this year, Lo. We ain't doing that.
I'm hoping not, bro. Like,
but the main thing. Go ahead.
I was in Saints Izzy podcast earlier today, right? And I'm like, dude, we ain't nobody worried about no Tyler Show. Ain't nobody worried about no
look, man. Tyler Show might be that dude.
And I like Tyler, but the thing it is, I ain't worried about him. I ain't worried about Brittle Bryce. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about those cats. The one guy, I'm not even say I'm even worried about what's his name down there in Temple? Mayfield. I ain't worried about him. And I got, like I said, everybody's going to fan the way that they fan, right? They're going to feel some kind of way about the Falcons. But me, I ain't worried about nobody in the NFC right now. Nobody.
Okay, I ain't front now. Carolina got better now. I ain't even gonna hold it now. Them boys load up on these front seven.
Yeah, and in the receiving core, like look at Carolina's pass catchers and tell me that adding Chris Brazil to what you've got with Ted McMillan, that's nasty work. So I mean, I see Carolina, I see Tampa Bay with Ruben Bain. So are they going to be threats, challenges? Yeah, they are. But I don't see New Orleans this year. Cowboy will back me up on this one. Des and I have another nickname for him. Over on our channel, we call him Tyler Shocking.
Yeah. But you can have all the talent in the world, right? And we proved that last season. But if you don't have the offensive coordinator, you don't have the game planning, or you don't have the play calling to back it up. Look, I'm not even, like I said, I'm not worried about it. I think we got better coaching now than we had last season. It may not be that much when you consider the numbers. You might say, okay, it don't look any better, but it's the strategy part. It's the strategy part. It's getting your players ready to play part, right? And I don't see Kevin Stefanski coming in here doing, continuing on with what he had going over there in Cleveland. He has a better system here. He has Matt Ryan here. He has a far better coaching staff. So I mean, no, I don't see him doing that. I don't see Bill Callahan sitting back with his arms crossed, allowing Kevin Stefanski to keep making bonehead decisions. I don't see it. I don't see
It just for me.
I'll say this. I'll say this, right? Because we've all seen what everybody else drafted. Woo, woo, blase, blase, blah. Right?
Yeah.
All right. We didn't go light up the draft because we didn't have that many draft picks, but we did our work in free agency.
Exactly.
Right? All right.
Yeah.
Now, do I respect what other teams in our division did? Yes, of course.
Sure.
But I mean, I got to see that twice a year. Am I worried? Not really. Because in all actuality, as long as the only thing that can stop us from getting to where we want to go is the quarterback position. That's like, there's no ifs and buts about it.
Yeah.
Now, if we can get anywhere from average to great quarterback play, I'm not sitting there saying we'll just make rumbles in the South. I'm talking about we'll make rumbles across the NFC and the league.
Yeah.
Now, the only team that I have reservations against is the Rams with that Myles Garrett move.
Yeah.
Because because and here's what it is. Because like if you just have a pass rusher, all right, you can neutralize, you can double, triple, this, that, and the third. They have him, they have Fist, they have
Nate
Land,
Landman. Nate
Nate
Landman.
Landman.
Mm-hmm.
They took and went and picked up both of the corners from Kansas City.
Yep.
And now, in all actuality, Aaron Donald is sitting there contemplating on coming back to the league to go play for him.
I pray to God he don't come back. Father God, please don't let him come back.
Like that
Man,
right there,
Father
that's
God.
something different. That's
No
something
black
different.
man
Like,
praying hard when he say
That's
Father
scary,
God.
boy. That's scary.
yeah, like that. Like to be honest, like that will be on par to like that 2000 Raven defense.
I
You
mean,
can't
But
double anybody, and everyone can beat their 1-on-1.
it's
So
tough.
what are you gonna do?
It's tough. It's tough.
see what
Man.
we have on board. We have one of the best coaches that ever played against the NFC. We have one of the best quarterbacks that has played against the NFC. And if you can put those together, and I see that I tell people all the time, I'm not completely sold on Kevin Stefanski, but I like his coaching staffs around him, right? I like the
I
numbers that
love
surround him.
I
But when you
love
take
his
that,
coaching staff.
yeah, when you look at his record against the NFC, I think he's 10-4 against the NFC. Then you got Tua, who's probably one of the best quarterbacks against the NFC, who has the highest quarterback rating against the NFC. I mean, you're in a win-win situation. All Kevin Stefanski has to do is put that to chemistry to work and make the right play calls. Because I mean, with Tua and his play, his play calling and strategy, I mean, NFC is ours. The NFC is ours, and really, truly, that's all the games that count. He can do whatever he want with the AFC, but when it comes to the NFC, if we can get back into the playoffs, like Raheem Morris said, once we get into the playoffs, ain't nowhere there's no telling where we can go. But we know with Stefanski, with Tua, even with Penix. I'm not counting Penix out. Even with Penix, because he's good against the NFC. But and that's with Kyle Pitts though. You got to consider that. So, like you said, once you hit the playoffs, there's no telling where we can go. And that's like I was telling Izzy and them in their podcast. Like, dude, that mess what happened last year, that 3-way tie, that giving the Panthers the the
The
playoffs and all
division.
that would not
Yeah.
happen this year. I
No
say
sir.
y'all
No.
know that was a debacle. That was
that was
that
tough.
won't happen this year.
Well,
Just blank.
I have 2 points, one for each quarterback, I guess. So if you're talking about Tua, you need to also remember that I know a lot of people are saying that the drawback is the injuries, but look at what he did to our defense just this season past with one leg and one eye. So
Yeah.
I'll leave that out there. We know Tua can play, but if it is Mike, also we in 5 of our losses he led a game-ending touchdown drive. So you throw that into the mix as well. If we win even one of those games, we're in the playoffs last year.
Facts.
So with that
That
being said, yeah, we know where we stand. We just need to
Execute.
win the games we
well,
need to
like
win.
that's the point I've sit there and try to stress to so many people because they sit there and see Pennis and they sit there and see his overall record
Mhm.
and don't give context to the record. When Pennis his first 3 starts, each one of those games he led a game winning touchdown drive. Defense, special team tricked it up. Fast forward to last season. How many all right, we won our game, but outside of the games that we won, how many of those times he put us in the lead at the end of the game, and then either defense or special team tricked it up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can't sit there and say he's not a good quarterback. Look at his record. No, look at the team and what the hell the team was doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like be honest
Coaching
about it.
included.
Yeah, like be honest about what happened.
Right.
Yeah, like I can see if you don't like Pennis, you don't like Pennis. That's your prerogative. I can't tell you who to fan for. I fan for the logo,
Yeah.
Right.
all right. But when
Right.
I sit there and see that this quarterback has never actually let me down in a clutch scenario,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm sorry. I'm in favoritism towards him
Yeah.
because if the things that let us down that actually made us lose the game get fixed,
Yeah.
you catapult from a 7, 8, 9, 10 team to 11, 12, 13 wins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you have a division champion.
Yeah.
Now you're a front runner in the NFC. Like now you got a home bye. Now you got first round. I mean you got home team
Advantage.
home field advantage throughout the playoff. All
Yeah.
because if you just fix the things that actually made you lose the games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing,
Mhm.
man. And then moving forward, we can just gonna see if the coach is an actual coach. I think
Yeah.
that's we lost last year because the coach wasn't a coach. You thought
True.
he's old smooth talking snake oil salesman.
Mhm.
Come to find out, like that end up losing us the games. They
What
said,
Yeah.
"Hey,
what what
coach, what you think we should do, man?"
what,
Yeah.
what what's that movie with Ice Cube and
Radio.
Jenkins Promoter?
Yeah. Great
Exactly,
promoter.
Jank
Yeah.
promoter. Exactly.
I
Look,
like that
man,
comment that Grave Digger put up. He said
yeah.
Miami paid $100 million to get rid of Tua. But here's the thing: what I'm banking on too. I'm banking on the fact that how you put certain people in another situation and they get better. This is why I'm
Mhm.
looking at Tua as our starter. Okay. That system over there
Hey,
in Miami.
hey,
Yeah,
just look
for
at the
sure.
quarter. Just look at the quarterback that won the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, he didn't have
That's
a
that's
good
it.
Mhm.
offensive line in Miami. We have an offensive line for him. So hopefully he'll be able to play better in this system as the system they had down there in Miami. That's what I'm banking it on.
Yeah, I mean, you also got to remember, it's like for them, it's kind of like a complete reset. Like they got rid of the coach,
Yeah.
GM, everybody else. Might as well get rid
Yeah.
of the quarterback too.
Right,
You
right.
know,
And
but
I
look,
mean, let's be honest about
I,
Miami, though.
I,
They
I,
are
I'm gonna
in
send two.
full
I
I'm gonna
said
rebuild.
send two
I
of the.
said
Full
I'm gonna
that
rebuild.
I
send
said
two of
that
the
for
leads
Miami
up in
what
Greenbrier
since
to put
last
in the new
offseason.
head.
hold on, all
It's
three of
too
y'all was talking at
it's
the same time.
go ahead, Rick.
No, I wasn't saying that.
Oh,
He was
but
miming
no,
again.
Yeah, he for Miami,
I was
man.
sitting there saying like I've said this for Miami for like last offseason, like a year and a half ago, because it's too much money. It's too much money being spent and you're not getting results.
Right.
Like Miami scenario was like when Chip Kelly came into the league with Philly. Like You have 1 year. You have 1 year to get a job done and go win a Super Bowl. If you can't get that job done in 1 year, then you're cooked because the league now have film on you, and they're gonna shut all that gimmick stuff down,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what happened. And now you have all these high contracts, and you're not getting anything done. So
Yeah.
everybody making exorbitant amounts of dollars, and there's no return on it.
Yeah.
That's a bad investment. Y'all gotta go.
I tell you what, man. I tell you who gotta go.
You
I
got
gotta
to
go.
Ain't nothing got to go.
What you say?
Bro, man.
Start with an
Next
L and
segue.
end with an O.
Coach Bono done set up the back signal. She don't turn that light off.
Man, look. I'm telling y'all, boy. I'm trying to
What
make
you
the 18 years. I sit here fooling with
Hey,
y'all.
man.
what y'all
All right,
pre-ordering?
man.
I'm gonna have to see if old Tidy gonna have a rental
Halloween?
house for me to stay somewhere. Y'all keep fooling with
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah, y'all can have that.
Shoot.
Yeah, no,
Nah,
Man,
no.
get you
if you
some.
gonna make it,
'Cause
if you gonna make it 18 years, man, you
I'm
Hey,
know
finna go ahead and get my
I
older
got
sister.
30 plus in.
I'm
I'm
gonna
a
go ahead
little
and get that
flexible. I don't learn
PlayStation
the
Pro.
game.
I can play Wolverine. That's what's gonna be
what
I
James
occupying
got
my time
what James talking
between
about on the
that
Quiet
and
Storm?
some other games.
No, he
What?
said he
what,
said he paying his
what,
PS5 Pro. He just bought that
Okay.
PS5
Oh, he
Pro.
got a PS5 Pro. He must
what,
have got he on the
Man, I
show.
think
It,
what,
$800.
that's
what
Mm.
exclusive.
James said
So
was Big Low. If things
it
go
was
wrong,
the only way
you
you
can
can
call
play
him. He gonna put on
Spider-Man
the slow jams
if you
for
got
you. He gonna rectify the situation.
He gonna make it right.
Mhm.
And this one goes out for Big Low and Coach Ron.
This,
Break up to
this,
make
this,
up.
I'm gonna
That's
finna
it.
spend
Baby,
800
come
on my
back.
handheld.
this is a
Um
special coaches meeting.
Hey, you know what? Not just a receiver. I'm also a musician. So if you need that number composed, boys, hit me
Oh,
up. It looks like I picked the right night to join y'all.
finna light the candlelight. Finna light the
I
candlelight,
definitely
big
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I definitely hit you up, man. Hey, 330, you got anything you want to say before we shut it down, Bo?
Hey man, it's been appreciate you letting us come up here, man. In the words of Run DMC, there are a lot of superstars on this stage here tonight.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And
Definitely.
hey man, handle your business, man. Appreciate everybody that came up here, man. And thank you for allowing me to come up here. And I'm sitting here with no shoes on my feet. Shout out to Matt Hollins. Peace.
Hey,
That man grounded.
what you over there doing? You over there making fish with your toes? Like
Wiggling
you
my
over there
toes.
making fish with your toes? Like
No,
John
he ain't
McClane?
pulling his toes, dude.
Man,
He ain't
that
rubbing
man,
his
but
toes.
look, I hope you get that. I hope you get that. I don't know if Matt Hollins is signed with a team, but you're gonna get your commission check 330. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's
Man,
coming.
Hollins, man, that dude, man,
Now, Lo, he ain't gonna tell you about it, but he definitely
Exactly.
gonna
He
get
ain't
a
gonna say
commission.
that. Exactly. That's how they do
Hey,
you.
hey,
That's
what did he say? When I get rich, I ain't gonna tell nobody about it, but it'll definitely be signs about it.
that what
It'll
Cowboy
definitely
did.
be signs.
That what
Hey,
Cowboy did. I'm telling you.
Look, when you when you see the background on self change the thing, you know what's going on.
Man,
You
look,
know he
man,
done made it.
look,
man.
man. Look, like I said, man, I hit Cowboy up the other day, man. I heard multiple people just counting in the background. I said, "Oh, my bad. I should have known what was going on." He had a money counting party. Cowboy, you ain't got anything you want to say before
Hey,
we get
man.
ready to head on out, Bo?
Hey, man. Look, I do apologize, Big Low. First of all, man. Look, I appreciate you having me. Come on, man. I love talking this Falcon football. It means even more when I can get a star-studded panel like this one right here, man. And look, and I do, like I said, I apologize. I didn't park the helicopter back right. I kind of looked at the pad kind of different, so I do apologize for that. But look, chat,
This
Falcon
man
fans,
trying to
Falcon
figure out how to
content
back
creators,
up in a
man. Look,
helicopter.
we got we got to do our part too, man. Look, we expect a lot from our Falcons, but we got to do our part too. Get our butts in these stands, man, and represent because they feed off of that. You know, when especially from the preseason, man. From the preseason on, if they can see us back there, man, balling out, man, they're gonna want to come out and they're gonna want to hustle up for us. Those of us who play football, man, we know how that feeling felt. So we need our fans to get in the seats, man. Get in the seats, represent. I mean, be as loud as we can. So with that being said, man, y'all stay loud, stay loyal, and stay pandemic. Guys, we'll see y'all on the next one.
Come on,
Definitely.
now.
And as a matter of fact, I'm glad y'all mentioned the preseason. I also want to let y'all know we're getting together for a preseason watch party week 2 of the preseason. I'll let y'all know where it's going to
What?
be at. But
Yes,
Let me
sir.
know.
week 2 of the preseason, I'm also going to be giving away a ticket to a game so somebody come watch the game with me. If you show up, we're gonna do a drawing at the venue. So
Now, Big
if,
Lord, they going to give you that ticket, man. You know you want me to go. No,
Yeah,
man.
get you
No,
there.
give me that ticket, man.
man, come on, man, we gotta do it. Look, we gotta do it the political way, Red. I just can't just put you on there now. I can't just put you.
Loden had a whole diatribe sitting there hyping y'all up just to end up giving me the ticket. Like that's crazy. That's crazy work. Everybody
Y'all know
hosting
Big Low be
Sky
having a
High.
suite up there, man.
Man, come on, man. But like I said, we'll definitely be letting y'all know, man. Winston, you want to let everybody know where they can find you, my friend?
Hey man, hey brother. Once again, I appreciate you for having me on here.
Oh yeah, man.
You know what? Because the vibe is lovely. I might just go ahead and do just a little quick show, but any and everybody catch us on Facebook. We got two pages. Catch us on X. Catch us on YouTube. VI Test. Start off with Falcon Talk. And to tell them where the conversation will go, but you can enjoy the ride along the way. I appreciate each and every one of y'all that's on this panel, everybody in the chat for rocking with us as long as y'all have. It's been a pleasure, man.
Definitely, man. I always enjoy it, man. I always enjoy it. Tidy, appreciate you for coming on and chilling out with us tonight, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me. As always, Low, man. It was a pleasure to be here, man. I know it's been a little minute,
Oh,
so you gotta jump from under my rock every now and then. You know?
I didn't even know that was you. You was so quiet in the middle. What you doing in the middle square? Ain't even saying nothing. I thought that was somebody else. Heidi was so quiet.
Dipping and digging, man. But yeah, appreciate being on here, man. It was a lot of fun. Shout out to everybody on the panel. Catch me at Atlanta Bird Gang all across social media. And hopefully, start live streaming a little more regular around training camp. But, thanks once again, Low, man. I had a blast.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Look, you're always welcome, my friend. Always welcome. Hey, and Tidy, look, I gave you the advance now. I gave you advance notice for the second preseason game. So
Right.
look, don't make me have to come down there to the folks that have made and come pull you out your house, man. I thought I got past them days. I got past going pulling folks out their house, man. Don't make me come down there.
Like a bounty hunter.
I wasn't bounty hunting. Oh man, Will the Thrill.
What's
You
up?
you got anything that you want to say before we head out, my
Oh,
friend?
yeah, I've got a couple of bits I want to cover. So I figured I wanted to do the close face to face. So whoever hasn't seen me can see me now. Good to meet the ones who I'm just sharing with the panel with for the first time. As I say, good to be part of a Hall of Fame panel tonight. So much love to all the boys. As I say, you'll find me well pretty much out here, there, and everywhere at the moment. But my home base is at Atlanta Falcons Nation International. So shout out to Miss Maggie, because I've been kind of handed the reins as the father of the Kilted Revolution, so to speak. So we are taking our baby worldwide. So to all the guys who have been on the panel with me tonight, absolutely fantastic chat. So yous are welcome to join us over on our side anytime. We'll keep the links coming. So get at me, get at your brother up top, Cowboy. We'll tell you where to go. Keep this good chat coming. But as I say, until then, it is getting late. So whether you call me the Scottish psychopath, the saltire vampire, Will the Thrill, I'm a man of many names. You can call me what you like, but don't call me after the show because I'm going to bed.
I ain't knock you, Will. I ain't knock you. Will Amy C Pope 912.
C-Pope,
You
man.
already know
Hey,
what time
man.
it is. Y'all
I love to
look here.
see
Everybody else in the panel, y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all know that's 912 where
Pink
our homeboy
slip.
lies.
down by the river. But yeah,
Down
though,
by the
man.
river, all twanky,
Twank and
twanky.
twank.
Y'all know that about that, boy.
RP the camouflage, man. But yeah, though,
RP
man.
Flies, baby.
RP
Yeah, I
Fly.
love. Yeah, I love y'all, man. And hopefully, I see y'all around preseason and out there in the bins. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see y'all out there, man. But, Next time. One love, man.
Yes,
Hey
sir. Yes,
man,
sir.
look,
You
man,
know,
you know it
brother.
ain't nothing but love for you there, Will. Glad that you come on and chill out with us, Bo. Definitely, man. Red,
Yes, sir.
man,
What's
boy,
up, man?
man, you been staying out of trouble, Red. That's the question. Have you been staying out of trouble?
Oh yeah, man. You know how I do, man. I keep it
Okay,
low, laid back, low key, baby.
I hear you. I hear you,
Well,
man. You,
red style of low key at least.
there you go. There you go. There you go. You got
Oh
anything you
yeah,
want to say
man.
before we head out there, Bo?
Yeah, man. It's June, man. We getting close to the season, man. So, like I say, I'm glad I caught the back signal before you dimmed the lights. I caught it late, but I
You
caught
caught
it.
look,
You
you
know,
caught it last
still
second.
caught it.
You caught it
Yeah.
last second, though.
Like I say, I'm glad to be on this all-star panel tonight with everybody. Like I say, love talking Falcon football. Season about to start up, so I know these shows gonna become a little bit more frequent. So I'll be looking forward to them. Y'all know where to find me at during the week: Facebook, Red Rose page. Saturday mornings, YouTube and Facebook, the Red and Rose Sports Show. During the week, I test and the various other shows y'all might catch me on. So, like I say, appreciate everybody for having me. And like I say, can't wait to chop it up with you guys again, talking this Falcon football, because I can feel we got another. This finally gonna be a season we can remember, man. This
Oh
ain't gonna
yeah,
be a
man.
season we can throw away. It's gonna be
There
one to
you go.
remember.
There you go. There you go. I
Prayers up
like the
to
way you
that.
put that, Red. Like the way you put that, man. Look, for everybody
Yes,
out there
sir.
that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach that love to sit around and talk about sports, man. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us. And thank y'all so much for spending your Sunday night with us. Looks like we're going into Monday. It's 11:45. So
Yes.
I need y'all to stay safe. Please don't do anything that I would do. And y'all make sure that y'all lock in. If you hadn't, whenever you leave and you wipe your feet, make sure that you hit that like button. Pick up your trash, hit that like button, and we will definitely and greatly appreciate it. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. A cousin that has an Atlanta Falcon hat. You got a auntie that got an Atlanta Falcon shirt. You
Yes,
got
sir.
an uncle that got an Atlanta Falcon license plate. Say, hey, there's old country boy named Big Low Country over there that's talking Atlanta Falcons football. Tell them to
Right.
subscribe to the channel because we're gonna have some fun this season. And
Yeah.
like I said, second preseason game, Colts, August 22nd. We're gonna get together. So y'all make sure that y'all come through there. Like I said, we're gonna do a drawing at the event. Whoever wins gonna get a chance to come to a game with me. And y'all know we're gonna do it big, man. Y'all stay safe. What in the world, about?